Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on the midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song. In the old neighborhood, as the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream. The shadows of that time are cast beneath the streetlight beam. As the world moves on, time sings a song. Don't cry, don't cry, as the days move along.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. I want to welcome all of you to another edition of Fun Edutainment. I mean, because I call it edutainment because it's educative and entertaining at the same time. So please make sure you hit the like, because this would spread the video to all the other people who also want to partake in this fun edutainment that we are receiving here. So, ladies, see Kedo already commenting. Kedo, it's been a minute. Welcome. Kedo said, "These shameless fools are disgrace to people that look like us around the world." Well, we are yet to determine that, Kedo. You would have the opportunity to give your take as soon as the lines open up. I hope all of you are having a wonderful weekend. Saturday, it's beautiful. But I appreciate you guys joining me to come and listen to the conversation we are having here today. And of course, there's going to be some who would be like, think they're important. That, oh, I don't want to listen to the conversation. Well, they are going to miss out, because these stories that I have here today, these are very interesting story. Because you know how, like, mostly we would talk about FBA in America, right? So these FBA people, they pushed it to a point where, like, they keep shifting their identity. So we're going to touch on that. And I'm going to show you how their entire thing is they are running away from themselves, but they always come back to exactly to themselves. So, but in another story, that's been on the news, a man named Ian Roberts Ian Roberts, I think he's from Guyana, but most of the news, they are giving his criminal, um, his behavior to Ghana. But I'm here to clear that he's from Guyana, not Ghana. But regardless, um, he does look Ghanaian. So I guess we are going to pretend that he is Ghanaian, right? So, because if you look at it, um, with him, so most of the people that would say, oh, like they would talk about the DEI. So this black guy from Guyana, he understands how like these liberal white people think. Because it's like they're like, oh, the poor black guy, you know. So he's looking at it like, okay, all these people, they want all these easy layups. So that's where rules like affirmative action comes in, DEI. Like when you read these things, it's pretty much, giving a freebie layup for people who can exploit, their skin color and weaponize it. But how I look at it is, like I would speak about it, but if white people, they have their reason, if they're dumb enough to allow that, and some of these people figured this out, but another group of white people come and they are like, yo, this is illegal. We are about to put a stop to this. So that's what you are about to see here. I mean, as you guys know, I do not judge. I just bring you the news and analyze it. That's what I do over here, because some people come, they will be like, oh, yo, man, Afridamus, I can't believe, you're putting this on black people. And I'm like, yo, wait a minute. I don't even know you. I'm not talking about you. Are you identifying as this individual based in race? So I'm about to bring you the story here of this guy who, he became a school superintendent in Iowa. So the population of black people in Iowa is like 4%. So when the Democratic Party, as you guys know now, they went super woke. Have you noticed now you're not hearing all that mambo jumbo promoting black, in blackness intertwined with criminality? None of that bullshit is standing anymore. In fact, President Trump, he sent he is sending military troops into these cities where the wokeness became a virus and ate the people's mind, right? So this Ian Smith, I see you guys see it. Some of the woke people, they don't like what I'm saying, so they drop. And I just, yeah, they don't like the truth. As if they want me also to pretend like I'm not seeing this. But hey, if they allow it and legalize it for that time being, just like they allowed people to walk into the open border, same thing. I mean, clearly we all know that's not legal, but somehow, they try to sweep it under the rug. But when you sweep things under the rug, you might end up hiring a cleaner who isn't lazy. This cleaner might be one of those cleaners who are not trying to cheat in the job. They're not just pretending like they're just cleaning the surface. They are going deep underneath. So, of course, the roaches, the bed bugs, and all, the parasites that were hiding underneath, When that cleaner shows up and turns on that flashlight and starts spraying, of course they're not gonna like that cleaner. You get the point. So that's what we are dealing with. So this guy, I don't want to keep you guys waiting. Let me bring you his story. So he went to Iowa. So he's smart, right? He learned his game in majority black cities. So he's like, hey, he understands how the DEI stuff work. And places like Iowa, Des Moines, I mean, these liberal white women who want to be the savior of the black people were literally fishing for a black victim because they want to add that to their team. So he's smart enough. He's like, let me go to Iowa. And they said Michelle Obama put him on. So he went to Iowa, and to be honest, this guy, sure, people might say he scammed his way, but the guy is highly intelligent. You cannot take that from him. When you hear him speak, you would know that he is intelligent. So, of course, if he can pull this off, and I know some people are going to come here and pretend like, oh, it's all black people that can do this. No, 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 no. This guy is exceptional in what he pulled off, just like the Kubala guy. So Ghana, they are giving Ghana the credit for this also, but I will correct it as we go. So let me bring the video here. I mean, right now there is a no nonsense thing happening. So let's go to Fox News over here and listen to what they are saying happen. Here we go.
Well, on to this. This is hard to believe. Des Moines Schools superintendent arrested by ICE. ICE announcing Friday that Ian Andre Roberts is, quote, a criminal illegal alien from Ghana in possession of a loaded handgun, $3,000 in cash, and a fixed.
So we will correct that. He is not from Ghana. He's from Guyana. She said Ghana, but no, it is Guyana. Here we go.
Hunting knife. At the time of his arrest, Roberts was working as the superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools, despite being an illegal alien with a final order of removal and no work authorization. Roberts has existing weapons possession charges from February 5th, 2020, and was given a final order of removal by an immigration judge in May of 2024. Absolutely stunning. Former acting DHS Secretary Chad Wolf joins me now. You know, Chad, you and I worked together when I was in the White House. Yeah. It is shocking to me that someone in charge of our school district, the largest school district in Iowa, had a final removal order. How does that happen? Sure. I don't think it would have happened under your tenure.
Well, it's a great question. Obviously, the school district did not do their due diligence. He has a criminal record as well. So clearly they didn't do any type of background investigation. The amazing part here is he has no work authorization. So when they enter this individual's information into their system in order to get paid, to pay taxes and the like, all sorts of red flags should have been prompted there. So I think it'll be interesting to see what they say, to see how this individual, did he use an alias? How did this come about? And I think it begged the further question.
So you guys are seeing that, right? So the question here is, how did he pull this off? You see, how did he pull it off? But now ICE arrested this man from Guyana. So they said in the citizenship section, when they asked him if he is a U.S. citizen or not, he checked the U.S. citizen box. And from experience, I mean, like, I don't even know, man, if some of these super woke places, do they even check if you are even a citizen, as long as you check that box. So he just checked citizen. And also, another thing I heard, they were like, oh, he's a registered voter in Maryland, as if that's news. No, like there are most of these states that you can go to, when you sign up for driver's license, they register you to be able to vote, whether you're a citizen or not. So, so a lot of the fights that you hear, this is what Trump is trying to stop, because like people are just coming, and some of these states they call sanctuary states, they give out driver's license. And when you're getting the driver's license, that's how they register you to vote. So, so how do they know if you're a citizen or not? So I guess that's how he got away with it. So here we go.
Of the amount of illegal aliens that are here in the United States working in everyday jobs and the like, and some of them, like this individual who has a possession charge, has other criminal acts on their record, and to be so close to school children, right, to be part of the education system there in Des Moines is really troubling.
I mean, Chad, I look at these pictures and I see kids, and I think that could have been my kid. And this guy had a criminal charge. Do you think, and again, I know I'm asking you to speculate here, did they just not input his name into the system? How often does this happen? I mean, there are measures in place. I mean, it seems like it'd have to take a whole lot of looking the other way to not find this.
I think so. Look, the school system there, just like any other employer around the country, has an obligation to make sure that everyone that they're.
So now you guys understand why like FBAs get mad at, they talk about, man, these tethers. So someone like him right here, he knew how to play the game, the system. I mean, think about it. This guy was school superintendent, and he was making $300,000 a year. 300,000. But you see, when these people come on TV, think about it, right? Think about how like these Democrats are playing you. They are telling you, oh yeah, the illegals are only people who they're gonna be picking fruits. They are working odd jobs. This guy he's an illegal alien here in the United States. He's making $300K as a school superintendent. Let that sink in for a minute, guys. Let that sink in. So yeah, I mean, he's got his braids on, and his name is Ian Roberts. I mean, guys, are you sure his name is Ian Roberts? I mean, his name sounds white. White. But hey, for $300K a year, sure. I mean, I'll change my name. I'll change my name to John Smith. That's right. If you see me, you call me Mr. Smith. Yeah. If you even make the mistake of trying to associate me with anything that doesn't sound remotely like Smith, I would see you as a hater because you are trying to play with my money. So yeah, I mean, his name is Ian Roberts, and as far as I'm concerned, that's who he is. So let's hear a little bit here before we go to the King of Kubala.
Hiring is here in the United States legally, has the ability to work legally. So if they're not a U.S. citizen, then they have some type of work authorization provided by the federal government. In this case, the Department of Homeland Security. He didn't have any of this. And so the question is, did he provide a fraudulent Social Security number and was operating as someone else? And if not, I think there's a lot of questions that school system has to answer. And the question is, are there others there as well?
Yeah, Secretary Wolf, that's a great question. And back to our top story of the day, because I want viewers to understand, you were at DHS, Department of Homeland Security. Underneath that is U.S. Secret Service, who found this vast network of servers. Matt McCool from Secret Service had this to say. He said it would be unwise to think that there's not networks like this all across the country. You were at DHS. Do you think there could be networks of servers beyond New York in cities like Chicago, LA, Miami, all across the country?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I agree with the agent there. I think this is a wake-up call, not only for everyday Americans, but just others involved in the fight here. And the good thing, which I heard the chairman say, is that we have agencies in the federal government, state and local partners, and others that are dealing with this each and every day. And we see types of incidents like this. We see probes, we see other things from nation state actors and others that get interdicted almost on a daily basis. Not all of them make the
All right. So you guys seen and heard that? You guys seen and heard that? So yeah, the guy, he's from Guyana, even though they're saying Ghana. So so this one, Ghana did not do this one. But now we are going to go to a story that has been trending online. So this is how you know, like, sometimes, like I wonder about like white people, because they have like this guy, him and his two concubines. So he's a Ghanaian guy. So he went into this Scottish wooded area and set up his own tent and said he's a king. So I guess it was him and his girlfriend or his wife. So guess what? The wife is from Zimbabwe. So this guy was there, and then the Scottish people, they were like, okay, wondering about what's happening. And of course, like white people are not like, like blacks around the world, because black people in black countries, they would have probably, beat them up. But white people want to negotiate, going to the court to bring eviction papers and stuff like that, and somehow people popularized this. They said, oh, there is a black, Scottish king. And who ate it up? Of course, the blacks here in America. Of course, not all, but most of them online. Because you see, the blacks want to distance themselves from Africa. So when they heard that the king of Kubala, there is like a black kingdom in Scotland, they were like, oh, now we can stop being Indian and now, claim our Scottish ancestry. So they were on TikTok, they were making videos, excited, talking about, we told y'all Africans, monkeys, we ain't like y'all, y'all, look at y'all, you ain't even human. I mean, this is coming from the FBA, how they talk. Because, on TikTok, it's like open forum there for, the hood rats, because the hood rats come there to speak. The hood rats hate being African. So when they heard about, because they don't read, they don't travel outside of their ghetto. So, all they know is Scotland is a white country. And, they are seeing on TikTok that there is some black guy, because you notice like FBA over here, they only have the balls to come and tell on the internet, telling Africans about how they're indigenous here. But this is why the FBA cannot exist without Africans. Africans, we are their engine, their energy, because the things they are afraid of doing is what Africans do. You notice this guy, you would find out he is from Ghana and his wife is from Zimbabwe. See, they did not just sit on the internet and, telling people I'm the king of Kubala. We are the foundation of Black Scottish. No. That's not what he did. He took action. He marched, and not only was he there with his, Zimbabwean woman, they ordered themselves an FBA woman all the way from Texas and made her their slave. Do you understand this irony? So she came in, they made her their slave. So are people still able to buy FBAs? What is going on? Because look at it. This king of Kubala, while he set up his throne, he did not order himself a slave from Africa. He ordered one from Texas. You don't believe? So now the king of Kubala eventually, is now the white people succeeded in arresting him. They arrested them, but it's funny. So that's when the FBAs, they found out he is in fact African, because you see the FBAs want to believe that there were black Scottish like this. This is what they believed. Can you imagine? This is why it makes me laugh. And when people get upset at me, it doesn't even faze me, because you've got people sitting in the ghetto. The farthest place they go to is Walmart with their shower caps on. So those are the people that are going to tell you about the geography of the world, and you are going to listen. So this is why when I hear the stories, even their leader, Tariq, I always laugh, because I know, how quickly their fantasy would be destroyed. So just like in this case, they realized that they fought with Africans and they've told Africans that they are Indians. So now that's been established, right? So now when the black king of Kubala showed up, they abandoned the Indian thing. Now they became black Scottish. So only to find out this man is African. So they are very disappointed. Let me show you when they found out, how they felt. Here we go.
It's you!
Yeah. Well, yes, kind of.
How could you,
Yeah.
man?
So this is when they found out, in fact, the foundational blacks, the ones they call the foundational black Scots, and they are Africans and Jamaicans. They are like, Caribbeans. So let's say literally, all Africans straight up. Okay. So let us go into the king of Kubala. Guys, I used to think, and many of you probably used to think that, we would talk about, Nigerians are scammers. But I'm beginning to think that, no, Nigerians, they are just loud. They are just loud. But Ghanaians are quiet, but they are operating underneath. If you go back and look at the story I gave yesterday, how the Ghana president, their administration, they sold West Africans out, for US visa. If you haven't seen that show, go back and watch it. I broke it all down. So if you look at it, this Kubala king, I was thinking was going to be a Nigerian person. I said, here we go again. But I was very disappointed. So here we go. Let us see who the king of Kubala is. But before we go there, let's hear from one of the many FBA haters who hate being African, but they just want to be attached to white people without saying it. So here we go.
There's nothing like foundational black Scottish. They are African and Caribbean immigrants in Scotland. I'm not talking to the immigrants. Mayfusa, I'm not talking to the people that fled. Mayfusa, I'm not talking about the people that can be deported. See, those immigrants over there can be deported. I'm talking about the foundational black Scotland people.
So you're hearing this. So this is when they jumped on the bandwagon. They are looking for foundational black Scottish. So they thought the king of Kubala was a foundational black Scotsman. Do you guys see how this FBA's, as you keep looking, you keep seeing that, they want to be under master so bad. So they thought they found a village in Scotland. So here we go. So now this is called FBS. That's right, Nightingale. FBS, Foundational Black Scots. Man, these people are jokes. So here we go. Let's hear more from him.
I'm not talking about you refugees. I'm not talking about you fleers. I'm not talking about you immigrants and migrants and illegals that come over there. They are first and second generation. Y'all are not important.
But you see, he doesn't even know their king that they are following on the internet is a second generation immigrant from Ghana. That's who they are following while denouncing their king. They thought the king is a foundational, Black Scottish, whatever the hell that is.
Okay? Y'all are not. Y'all are immigrants. Talk about your homeland, Muface. You are not important. Well, hold on. I'm not saying the first and second generation.
And you see, this guy is not like a teenager. This is a grown man, at least 50 something years. These are not kids, okay? So when they heard that, the king of Kubala existed in the Scottish forest, they were very excited because now they thought they found a way, to de-Africanize themselves, because they've, so the king of Kubala's existence is very good because, he came and hit the, FBS with a fade. So they abandoned the Indian thing. Now they want to hold on to the Scotsman. See, you are hearing this, right? They are literally saying, looking for foundational Black Scotsman. See, if I didn't show you the video, you would think I'm just making it up. So that's what happened. They abandoned being, Indian. So they thought they were related to the foundational Black Scotsman. I don't know how they would be able to make those connections, but that's what they were looking for. So let's hear more.
Scotland people are not important. I'm sorry. They came out real harsh. I'm sorry. But for you, Muface, I don't need to hear from them. I want to hear from the people that are indigenous. I want to hear from my foundational Black Scottish people. We don't.
So are you hearing this? So Scotland is a white country, right? White country. But they are looking for their foundational Blacks in Scotland. Even though Africa is the Black factory, they look like African. No questions asked. He said, F the Africans. So he's looking for his foundational people in Scotland. So let's hear more.
I want to hear from the immigrants. That's the point. Like, they're just like a Scottish person that want to learn Black American history, foundational Black American history, all the Black history here. Why would they listen to a first and second generation immigrant where they can?
Because your king, the king that you guys were hailing, is a second generation immigrant from Africa. Are you guys hearing this? Let me let you guys hear more.
Talk to the source. Why would I want to talk to the worker while I could talk to the boss? Huh?
See, that's what we do here in America. Why would we talk to you when we can talk to your boss, Massa, the white man? Why would we talk to you when we can talk to the white man? So here we go.
Why I need to talk to Judah and Paul and stuff like that? Well, I could talk to Jesus Christ. Shit, if that correlates right. Why I need to talk to a prophet? Well, I can talk to Allah. Y'all are not there. Y'all are immigrants, migrants, refugees just like y'all here in America. I would, if I was a black Scottish person, right? And I'm like, I want to learn black American culture. You know?
So, guys, are you hearing this? So isn't it clear that, you know, when you hear them speak, people like they want to be around white people. You notice in Africa, what's the place that they talk about? South Africa. So he fell for these make-believe, you know, black Scotsmen. Yeah. The king of Kubala. So everything he's saying he's rejecting, that's who their king is. So let's go.
No. Who do I need to talk to? Then here you come as a first generation African telling them about black American culture and you Sprite remixing with a goosey, fufu, and chitlins. No, they need to.
Your king eats a goosey, fufu, oxtail. That's what your king grew up on. But let's go.
Talk to niggas like us. That family been on this land for 400-500 years. Y'all refugees on the beat up been there for what? 30 years, 60 years?
So you've seen and heard from the, you know, foundational blacks across the Atlantic over here in the United States, when they were excited about their king. So they wanted connection with their, you know, fellow black Scotsmen. But let us find out who this is. But before we get to that, let me show you a clip. Here, let's go.
You really do have to see it to believe it. Led by a self-proclaimed king and queen, they call this the Kingdom of Kabbalah.
It's a sham, isn't it?
This is the kingdom.
You're on land that doesn't belong to you. Why are you so special?
It was stolen from us, though, by our ancestors.
Says who?
Says God.
I have claimed you and bought you.
So that's the king of Kubala, and this is the FBA woman who came from Dallas, Texas, to join them. And the wife, the one that's saying the land belongs to them, is Zimbabwe. So, guys, see, these Zimbabwe people, they like to fight for land. So if you look at it, they fought against the white people for land in Zimbabwe and won. And they left their land. Now they went into the white man's land, and now they want to fight the white man over there. So let's hear more.
The price.
And there's this young woman reported missing from Dallas, Texas. She, they say, is the handmaiden.
If everything is not tight.
So you're hearing that? So they ordered themselves a handmaiden, meaning a slave concubine from, you know, from Texas. So you notice what that FBA person was saying. If they want to connect, they should connect with their FBAs. Well, that's what they did. They ordered a handmaiden from, you know, FBA land, Texas. So let's hear more. This is getting interesting.
If everything is not where the queen wants it to be, then I am responsible.
But her real name is Cora Taylor, an aspiring lawyer who vanished amid a family fallout.
They utilized the fact that she was angry.
Now, speaking exclusively to Sky News, her mother claims she was lured, coerced to Scotland.
They utilized the funds that they had at their disposal to send for her. They made that happen. She did not have the means. Totally brainwashed her. I hear her say things like, they're the only ones who care for her. That's a cult. The first thing a cult is known to do is separate you from those that love you.
4,000 miles away in Texas, Melba is pleading with the British authorities to deport her daughter so they can be reunited. But now...
So you see, guys, if I didn't bring you this video, this news, you guys would have thought I was making it up. So the FBAs, they were not only looking for their fellow black foundation people in the another white man's land in Scotland, because that's the white factory over there. You black, but you looking for your foundation in the white man's land. So she joined them, as the handmaid, meaning their little slave. So now she's part of the Kubala. I don't know why they call it a tribe.
Sky News can reveal for the first time Scottish police are assessing an allegation involving safety and welfare concerns.
This isn't just another young adult rebelling. The difference is she's under someone else's spell in another country. I don't know why Scotland is allowing this foolishness. I believe that Jean and Kofi are opportunistic.
So you hear his name, Kofi. Kofi. So, yeah. So that FBA guy was talking all that mess against his own king without even knowing. But that's just desperation, trying to distance yourself from Africa just to find yourself in Africa.
I believe that there are leeches and vultures.
When we met Cora away from the camp, she denied being coerced.
Other people's concerns don't really matter to me because these aren't people who care about me and these aren't people that I care about.
How did you meet them?
I met them years ago and I've been knowing them for a lifetime and a lifetime.
Where did you meet
The
them?
first encounters that I had with them were in dreams.
And then Sky News returned to confront the others with the allegations.
Is this a cult?
The kingdom which is established by the creator.
So this is Kofi, the Ghanaian guy. Wait till you find out what Kofi's real job was. It's going to blow your mind.
The heavens and the earth.
What do you say to the accusation that you have brainwashed Cora?
Brainwashing is the best thing ever to happen to man, if it is coming from the right source.
Have you coerced Cora into...
This is Zongo's people, man. I thought Nigerians perfected the art, but look, Nigerians need some catching up to do to Kofi here. He's pulling it off. And I mean, do you know how easy it is? Like these white people, they got plenty of time on their hands to go and interview Kofi. Look at how he painted his eyes. Man, Kofi, you ain't shit, man. Tariq is probably watching this going like, man, I wish I can do this.
Being here.
144,000 men are coming. If all of them can be classified as coerced, then so shall it be.
Why is he talking like that? I mean, come on. Like, why is he talking that way?
Can you answer my question? Did you coerce Cora?
The question has been answered.
Have you coerced Cora into being here, Jean?
I am Queen Nandi, not Jean.
Your name is Jean. Did you coerce Cora into being here?
When you address me as Queen Nandi of the North, then I'll answer you.
Just come home. It's okay.
So, you've seen and heard that. Yeah, that's exactly what was happening. But let me show you who this guy really is. I think he's some guy from London. I mean, like, so the blacks, they found out their king is not, a foundational Scotsman. Listen to this.
Proves my point. Black Scots are Africans. Okay, no one said they weren't. And Black Americans are Americans. People that have connections to Africa can call themselves African American, a multitude of lineages.
Yeah, they are so disappointed that, So now, FBA, they can no longer claim the, Indian thing, okay? Because this foundational Scotsman thing completely failed, and in the process, they revealed themselves, their true identity. Because since they accepted, the king of Kubala, and then now we're about to find out the king of Kubala is in fact African. So they know that they are Africans. So they can no longer, claim any other place. They've tried to, claim foundational Ukrainian thing here too. So I hope this, Scotland would be the last place. They can start claiming Nigeria again. Let me read somebody's super chat here. Ja said, all hail the King Kubala, the King of Kubala. Thank you for the super chat. Spellcaster, proud to be African, aka Nubian, Kemet Kush. Thank you. FBA Young Lion. You Africans are sorcerers corrupting our innocent young sisters' mind with witchcraft. Amazing. But thank you for the super chat. So I mean, you guys are seeing it. Young Lion is, as usual, he's in denial. He's very upset that Black Scotsmen do not exist. They have to trace themselves back to, guess where? Africa. So let's find out who their king is. Here we go.
Faces eviction from a camp in Scots Woods as a failed businessman, we can reveal. 36-year-old Kofi Agyeman Ofe was director of entertainment, retail, property and performing arts firms, which were struck off before he reinvented himself as leader of an African tribe. His partner, mum of 7, Jean Gashaw, who calls herself Queen Nandi, was also involved in some of the doomed enterprises. Ofe, who has proclaimed himself King Atahene, previously posed as a millionaire entrepreneur in flash suits as he claimed to mix with super rich clients. Now he wears rags and a crown of sticks while living with Gashaw and their handmaiden in a tent in Jedburgh in the Scottish borders, where he lies that he's a messiah descended from the Bible's King David. In 2021, his missus boasted that he was a property magnate with a fortune to his name. Gashaw claimed in her blog, "My husband within a year has acquired 10 properties to his name. He now runs an empire and in assets he is now a millionaire in his own right. He gets properties that need renovation and invests thousands into them, making them look gold. Today he is a millionaire king and I can't help but give thanks." But records unearthed by the Scottish Sun reveal that Offe's businesses failed within a few years of being set up. One was registered to a £640,000 property in London's trendy.
So are you guys seeing this? So this guy is a grifter. Are you guys seeing his grift here? So this guy is clearly an actor. So he's like, hey, why not? Why not? Hola, welcome to the Afridamus Report. Guys, I'm going to put the link in the chat. As soon as this here ends, you guys can join me in the conversation. I want to hear what you guys have to say. So let's see a little bit about Kofi, the king of the FBAs.
Hoxton, but in October 2020, Ghana-born Offa registered Northern Bridge Limited at a £60,000 two-bedroom flat in Merton, County Durham. Official papers say the company dealt with the management of real estate on a fee or contract basis. The firm was also linked to a modest £80,000 semi-detached pad in nearby Stockton-on-Tees, but it was dissolved in March 2023 by a compulsory strike-off.
So he's a grifter just like Tariq. But yeah, that's the king. So he was living it up in London somewhere. This is the foundational, Black English people. They are usually from Ghana, Nigeria, or Jamaica, like from the Caribbean or Africa. But the blacks are so desperate about finding a village in the white man's land. I mean, they can do that if they are honest about revealing their DNA and claiming, the white people in their bloodline. That would tie them back to their village in Europe.
Mr. Offa was also director of retail firm Look Gold Limited, registered in Hoxton in August 2020. Records list him as a marketer. The company was struck off in January 2022. The former opera singer was also previously listed as director of Black British Entertainment Limited, along with Gasho from Zimbabwe. It was incorporated in April 2017 and struck off in June 2019. Companies House documents show it dealt with other business support service activities not elsewhere classified. A Facebook profile linked to the firm claimed it was the leading entertainment network for Black British unique talents in film, music, fashion and sports. The pair were also directors of London-registered Black British Excellence Limited, where Offa was a brand consultant and Gasho was a director.
So this guy is an actor. He's an opera singer. You see, he's a foundational black British via Africa, Ghana.
Firm dealing in performing arts and artistic creation was set up in January 2018 and struck off in July 2019. Offa and Gasho were credited with organising the Black British Entertainment Awards in 2017, but were forced to scrap the glitzy event afterwards.
Previously, you had presented yourself as a successful businessman with a number of...
Are you guys seeing this? What's with the chewing stick? So when all those business ventures failed, now he's in the forest with chewing stick. Let's hear what he has to say, when he gets reminded of, all that. Let's go. Let's hear him.
Companies down in England, which were eventually all dissolved via strike-off action. There's companies like Northern Bridge Limited, Look Gold Limited, and the Black British Entertainment business, all registered to sort of varying residential addresses. Could you tell us about what happened there? What happened to all these businesses that went bust effectively?
The road to where we have come. It was a journey of discovery. The Black British Entertainment. It was a platform for the black people in the UK, where we acknowledged talents.
On her blog, Gasho said, after the launch, I saw him...
Are you guys seeing this? Yeah. Audrey, you are right. He looks like Woody Meyer. You are 100% correct. So this guy, he's in character. Come on now. Why is he talking like that? We saw his video. He doesn't realize he's online, flashing it up. And, have you guys noticed Arikana? Dr. Arikana is also married to a Ghanaian. So we need to investigate her as well. Because it looks like the Ghanaian, and Zimbabwe duo here, as we're, because you guys remember I've done videos on, being suspicious of some of her moves. And, the French did say she was scamming. But a lot of you are in your, black power feelings. You didn't want to admit it. But, white people generally tend to, reveal what's in the dark. So let's hear a little bit here. He said Mugabe married Ghanaian too. There you go. You see, something isn't adding up here. But let's check it out.
Seal sponsorship deals with millionaires. The money for the awards was provided for in a way that I never thought was possible. We were literally facing homelessness, but God provided over £20,000 for us to host the first BBE Awards. She claimed in 2020 that Offa showered her with gifts, including 2 engagement rings, one with a pink diamond costing £50,000, and the other with emeralds and a yellow diamond worth £150,000, plus 9 ounces of gold bars. Pictures published a year later showed the self-declared Queen flashing wads of £20 and £50 notes. At the time, she said...
Yeah, foundational black British. Living that foundational black British life. Carrying Louis Vuitton, these people, No wonder he ended up being a king in the forest. But let's go.
It was shocking at first to have money, but it became normal to see £30,000 in cash. In another post, Gasho said her hubby went from nothing to having 13 properties in 2 years. She added he would buy rundown properties, do them up, then he would ask me to decorate the finishing touches. He made so much money. I'm talking £20,000 a month as services apartments. In 2023, the pair were arrested on suspicion of child cruelty as they were remanded in custody but later freed. Both denied the charges, which were later dropped. Now, Offa and Gasho claim to be leaders of the Kingdom of Kubala, a lost tribe of Hebrews. The pair say they only recognise laws of their God.
Wait, I'm surprised the Hebrew Israelites did not claim them. Do you guys understand sometimes how crazy blacks we sound when we say white people are racist? I mean, where else can black people do this kind of stuff? Do you think these people would be able to do this in Saudi Arabia? This would only exist in white people's land. Just like that Ian Roberts guy from Guyana, the illegal immigrant school superintendent making $300,000 a year as a school superintendent, and he is here illegally. Imagine that. Where else can this happen? But yeah, I mean, like the guy, he was living it up. He went broke and he decided that, hey, guess what? I'm going to declare myself king in a Scottish forest. And that's exactly what he did.
Yahweh, and are reclaiming land that was stolen from their ancestors 400 years ago, and the campers have been joined by handmaiden Asnat.
Hold on. What is black people's obsession with 400 years? Every black person from Africa, they would say 400 years. You come to the Caribbeans, they would say 400 years. You know, now the Kabbalah people are also claiming 400 years. Like, what's with the 400 years? Doesn't the year change? I mean, like, what's going on? I just noticed that. I mean, I've heard songs since in the 70s, they were talking about 400 years, 400 years. And today we're in 2025, people are still saying this. I mean, come on now. Which one is it? So here we go.
Named Cara Taylor, a 21-year-old mum of one who was reported missing by her family in Texas in the United States. It is understood the group receives income from subscribers to their social media accounts, which have tens of thousands of followers. The accounts also have a link for donations. The group has also been receiving food and gifts from camp visitors, as well as a local friend who we are not naming. The tribe has been locked in legal battles with a landowner.
Why are they calling them a tribe? This is a cult. But you see what I'm saying? So, like, you know, the people in Scotland, they got lots of time and patience on their hand. I mean, you see how white people operate? They're not gonna just come and jump you. The white people, they are nice. They come to you. They are serving them a letter from the court. They took the time to come and serve the king. So here we go.
And Scottish Borders Council, they were evicted from a privately owned site before setting up a new base on council land nearby. A sheriff ordered them to repay all the costs of their recent eviction, but Offa said they don't use currency.
They've been to court and they're asking for, interdict, and they're evicted from this land because they're the owners. So they've given you 2 days notice, so you'll have to seek legal advice or whatever, go to Jedburgh Sheriff Court. But if they go to court and they don't defend the action, they will be looking for eviction next week.
Fresh papers asking them to leave were served by officials acting for the local authority. When asked about his failed firms, Offa told us, all these businesses were the road to where we have come. It was a journey of discovery. We have left the world behind. The world of luxury is perishing. The world of the wilderness is what awaits everyone. It's more rewarding than cash, gold and silver. This is our destiny, Gasho added. In Kubala, our God tells us, forget ye the former things and look to the future.
Why does she have a swastika on her forehead? See, these people just drew whatever She's got a swastika on her forehead. So you guys, did you? Nat Turner said what? No FBA freedman lineage American has ever been deported. You ever wonder why Afri dumbass? Because this is USA. Government knows we are indigenous. Man, you're just afraid of getting deported. I mean, they can deport you to Liberia. You better be careful.
We do not dwell on the past. What we call success is this, the tent, the fire. In Kubala, we do not look back at the worthless paper that has the face of Elizabeth and Charles.
So now they are bashing the King and Queen of England. Amazing.
But local Tory councillor Scott Hamilton said this is perhaps a continuation of his failed businesses, providing entertainment to the masses and trying to reach an audience to advance his opportunities. How much is this a gimmick by them, and how much do they actually believe in what they're saying? You can't take what they're saying at face value. They are maybe more switched on than would first appear.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking through that. All right. Let me bring in the audience, the speakers. Kidola and Kedo, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Yeah, thanks for welcoming. You know.
So, Ola, I know you missed out on last night.
Yeah, I saw it. After the watch it, man, like, God damn, I was screaming. I told you about Ghana, man.
So, Ola, which one of the topics you want to take?
I want to go with this one. I want to go with this Kala brother first. The FBA.
The foundational black Scots.
Whoa, I said the black Americans in the US, the TikTok, they were crazy, man. We got calls in Scotland. You know? Ola, this was the real one. This one carry out what he said, you know?
Yeah.
This is the real guy.
But
you know?
Ola,
Yeah.
what do you make of it? Like the FBA, you've heard he said they don't listen to first or second generation, Africa. They're immigrants, they are refugees, they are fleeing. just to find out their king is Ghanaian.
After that was, you see, I saw a little clip about this guy when he started this thing first.
Yeah.
He came out on the street and shouted his name and said, "I'm the real king." FBA can't do that. They're doing it in the jail and they're doing it in the internet. You know,
Yeah.
you see what he did? He came onto the street and shouted, "I'm the real king of Scotland." He shouted hard. You understand me? Not behind the keyboard. And started insulting the people.
But Ola, people always say, I have to ask you this. They always say like Nigerians are the scammers, but like yesterday's show, you missed it. Did you see like Ghana? The type of game their government is. They're deporting Gambians and Nigerians to Ghana, and they say they are doing them a favor.
I saw Zogo was trying to defend, but it's not indefendable. I told you, there's a reason why there's a mighty council in Ghana.
So Ola, you think from what you've seen, because Ola, if you look at it, Ghana and everybody was in the same boat. When they said 3 years, you're gonna get 3 months and single entry. But then all of a sudden, Ghana is the only country in West Africa that is taking deportees. And you heard, what their foreign minister said? He said they approached them because they are the nicest country in West Africa. Ola, do you think Ghana is nice? They're nicer than Gambian people?
Let me tell you this. When I was coming, I said, Akwaba in Ghana means something else. You understand me? You see the way they job the black Americans. The black Americans thought they were smart. They thought, welcome home, you're of return. You understand me? They make a lot of money out of them. You understand me? And this is not the first time Ghana is doing this. Ghana took money and sold some Modo out. That was Ghana did.
I was just listening to that story today.
Yeah, by General Aquino. You understand? By General Aquino. When the Nigeria left, when the Nigeria was guarding Doe Because the Nigeria was trying to make Doe negotiate with the other one because it's Doe they recognize.
Yeah, I listened to, actually it's funny you said that. I listened to like an ex-Gambian soldier that was in Liberia. He said he was there when Samuel Doe came on that day at the port. So he said then Prince Johnson came afterwards. Prince Johnson walked in and straight he shot Samuel Doe in the leg right away. He said that's when they knew, like somebody, he said somebody allotted, Prince Johnson
to come in. You know, just to come in. Because Nigeria never allowed Prince Johnson near where Samuel Doe is saying, even to the palace where Samuel Doe was even living. Nigeria never allowed Prince Johnson and none of these guys that were like, they manufactured themselves somewhere as a rebel, they want to take on Samuel Doe, because Nigeria see him as the real, Abacha saw him as a real leader. You understand me? But what happened? The Ghanaians sold him out. Aquino sold him out. So this is not the first time things like this is happening. When Liberia came to Ghana, they gave them a camp. But when Liberia came to Nigeria, we allowed it to move in. Look for your life. Get a better life for yourself. So align West Africa. And do you know what they did to the Nigerians when they deported them? They camped them in a very dirty area. The water was bad and everything was bad. When the Nigerians were making noise, they went to dump them into Togo border.
But Ola, you as a Nigerian, do you see it as a help, like what the foreign minister? Because imagine they are already saying the Nigerian have to leave. Why is Ghana accepting Nigerians being deported from America, saying they're doing them a favor, and then now all of a sudden they have they are allowed to have 5-year multiple entry visa? Do you think they sold West Africans out?
Yeah, if you deal with Ghanaian, you need to open your eyes, man. I told you, even in the working place, a Ghana man, you or him, a Ghana man can be working, he will go back and start telling the chef, that dude is Nigerian, they don't like to work. This is not the first time. It's something that we don't know about. You understand me? When we hear, we're brothers, to a typical Nigerian guy who know Ghana, say, oh, hold on there, man. You understand me? You have to stand by who you are.
So you are not surprised by the
no, I'm not surprised
by the king of Kubala?
No, oh God, that dude, only that he take the. You see, why I respect this dude. You see, Black Americans when they came, they said, "Whoa, we found our causes." They were attacking Africans, right? Only that the Africans will do it. You understand me? This guy is a fake businessman. Who I don't know is confused. You see, cold have already eaten his brain. One hand, I don't blame him. Maybe the winter, the weather have taken hold out of that dude. The more you confuse, the more the winter get to you. They just decide, more, I'm not going to pay no house rentage. I'm not going to pay no health insurance. Let me just be in this wood and become king of Kabbalah.
But
he knows that.
Ola, like being the king, and then are you shocked by how FBA quickly got happy and ran to him?
Kala was very happy. Kala was jumping.
No. Wait, Kala thought they have, they have FBS.
Kala was jumping. Said finally, what he was saying is right. That they finally find the king of Scotland. All the Black Americans in the internet, in TikTok, they were running crazy. They were telling them, "Don't let the Africans stay in you. Don't let the Africans tell you this."
But see, Ola, they want to run away from being African so bad. They are looking for their village in Europe, but they don't want to admit their white side.
But still, their shadow is still following them. They can't run from it. What I told them is the Caribbeans you don't like, the Africans you don't like, but it's the same Africans that are in Scotland, the same Caribbeans, the Jamaicans, the one in Scotland. So what I tell you, that you cannot run from your own shadow. You understand me? You are who you are. You can become anything, but you are what you are. You see, the white men are very patient, right? They read the love to them. The journalists ask them. And guess what happened? They went to import somebody else from United States and say, come and be our plate
yeah,
washer.
Ola, are you surprised by when they were looking to order a slave, they ordered one from FBA's from
What?
Texas.
I know that will be possible because the FBA were already going crazy about it. So they would like to be the gate man and the house girl and everything. You understand me? So I was not surprised that they import somebody for FBA. So, you know what? Come and be the dishwasher. You understand me? Bring the dishwasher and be blowing that fire there. You see, you see the Zimbabweans and the Ghanaians, they're into this business, right? They know how to play the slave role, the master and the queen. You understand me?
Why do you think that is? Why do you think they Zimbabweans and because you see that Arikana too is married to Ghanaian. I'm beginning to see a pattern here. Like, Ola, why do you think that is?
Because when you talk about the battlefield, these two people free themselves, not on paper.
Yeah.
So if I were these black Americans that every time shout, FBA, lineage, free yourself first. You see what the Ghanaians and Zimbabwe do to you people? They import you people to come and be the dishwater and start using your mouth to start blowing that fire there. They didn't give a damn if you're FBA or not. They ask you, bend your knees down and start blowing that fire. Stop blowing that fire over there. If Kala was not too kind of like tired, Kala would have been the one collecting the woods from those pack and start submitting it there to them too. You understand me? It's a battle between a slave and his master and the queen, and they perfected it. You understand me? So it's not about this and that. FBI have to understand. You can become Choctaw, Blackfoot, and everything. You can run as long you want to run to. You can run to China. In your DNA is all there. You can run from it, accept it, drink a cup of tea from it, or you can run to Scotland, go and meet the king of Kabbalah.
Kabbalah, he's arrested now.
Oh yeah, but he'll be cool enough now with some bread and cheese and tea. You understand me? And that guy called Turner ain't no problem about that Turner. You can also meet the king of Kabbalah too. No need
you're talking about not Turner?
Not Turner.
Yeah.
So FBA, your king is around.
Yes, let me bring in Kato also to give his point of view here. Kato, welcome to the Afridamus Report. Kato, what do you want to add onto what we are talking about here?
Yes, thank you for welcoming me, and it's a pleasure to be here again. But even though when I saw that video, it was too painful to watch. Yeah, why are these people breaking disgrace to the one that have to do with those shameless fools that are in Scotland that are pretending that are living fake life? Yes, I saw a recent video of that before today. So when I saw that the first time, I think was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. When I saw that, I felt too bad. I said these people are bringing shame to us, to everybody that look like us around the world. And one thing I suggest is that there should be consequences for them. So these African countries,
but who's going to give the consequences?
So just like like there need to be international law. I think these are some of the things that these African leaders come and speak with these people.
I mean, the guy he's a FBB, Foundational Black British.
He's a foundational Black British. Okay.
Yeah, who went and occupied, Scotland. But did you see the FBA are desperate? They were excited that their village is in Scotland.
No, but those people are fools. Yeah, so I don't really know. Those are those people.
Are you surprised that
I'm not surprised.
the FBA's because they said they don't want to be African.
Even, not just the FBA, even the American Liberians. When American Liberians do it, I will not be surprised, because that's why they have spent many years in Liberia and they still just like the FBA. Yeah, it's just that we have overcome they came there as agents and we have overcome them to a large extent. Now we are running the nation, and some of them are coming to their senses together, but a large majority of them are still thinking like the FBI. I pray that God be with them. Yeah, but a lot of them are foolish actually, and some people like that.
Kiddo, we lost you there. Well, it looks like the king of Kubala
It seems
doesn't want
How
Kiddo
to beat
to.
foolishness out of something. They take it in. It's good to it's good which ones. But the main thing I want to continue with is those way for those people to be dealt with, even though they are British citizens.
Man,
It's too much like that. They don't want to deal with
Kiddo,
them to that
I would
extent.
love to hear. Your link is going in and out.
Kede using the Nigerian network. It's not using MTN, it's using Glow.
Yeah.
Go and use Kedo, go and use MTN Kedo. So what I try to say is this. You see,
Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me now?
Yes.
All right. So I was saying today, I said that the white people do not want to be radical on those people because of white guilt, and because of the bad thing that white people did in the past. They don't want to be radical, and some of us Africans or some of us black people that are seeing this kinds of thing, we will appreciate it if those white people deal with these people, because those people are bringing shame and disgrace to us, to people that look like us. And I suggest that there be better international laws pertaining to foolish people like that. Like people who are not native of a particular country that go and become citizen of another country.
Yeah, but Kedo,
And
let's say
abuse their right.
Kedo, hold on,
Yeah.
Kedo. If you, let's say, like that would mean you would have to take the person to court, right?
Yes.
So okay, the king of Kubala. Who can anybody accuse him of copying? He's not saying he's like certain color. He's saying he is a king of Kubala. Like you would have to prove that Kubala exists and that he's a king to be able to charge him. Don't you? You got to think about that.
But firstly, we are this. There are certain things that you don't. That even there are certain things that don't deserve too much of deep investigation, because
No,
first of all,
because
what he's saying, it is very clear from the evidence are very very clear that he's a scammer. So, and there are ways around. White people know white people that can frame thing and lie on somebody and deal with them. Why can't they find their way around this particular problem and deal with those foolish people?
Yeah, the countries that they live in, like you can do that without people facing the measures that you are asking for.
But is he being honest though, Professor?
So the country
being
that I'm
honest?
coming out, the country that he left, you said he was a British citizen, right?
Yes, the Scotland is part of the UK. Like it's the same thing.
Okay, yeah, it's part of the UK. All right. So, but he is not a native of that place. That's why I said that they need to make the international law better.
Yeah, but he is like
citizen.
So like Kedo in Scotland, if he wants, he can say he's a Chuck, for example. So what they came after, removing him is because he is trespassing. But in the UK or America, like he can say this, he can declare himself that way, as long as he's not on trespassing on anybody's yard.
I hear you, but my main point that I'm pushing here is there should be they should try to improve the international law to punish foolish people like that who are shameless, to punish shameless people like that.
Kedo, in the West, Kedo, are you? Kedo don't understand. Kedo, in the West, you can be a cat, you can be a dog. You know, if he is on his own house, dressed up like way back 18 something, and said he's King Kabbalah, and this his wife dread the same thing, but he have his own apartment, they will not disturb him. You know, people even love to come and look at him or say if they can pay to come to his apartment to see what he's eating and other things. But because it's transparency to work a public space, and that space is now becoming look like a nuisance and start making fire cooking on it. I think they were patient with him. They serve him a paper of the law. They talk to him. You know, they respect him.
So, Kedo, in Africa, do you think they would serve him the paper nicely?
What? You will not even imagine doing such nonsense in Africa.
So, Kedo, in Africa, if he says he's his own tribe, and they're gonna serve him the paper nicely.
They will deal with him. They will not serve him any paper. You and myself will know there's no way in Africa that somebody will do a foolishness like that. You know, the thing about white people, that's why I say white people, the problem about white people is the only thing I know white people have been, they have a lot of bad, there are some lot of bad lifestyle I know that white people have, but when it comes to disciplining their citizens and disciplining their children or disciplining our society, they have issue with it. That's why you see that children are very rude on them in the West. That's why you see their citizens are very rude on them. I watched lots of videos and I've seen some American citizens insult Donald Trump as if Donald Trump is a little child living with them. Sometimes, even though I have some issues with Donald Trump, but it can hurt me sometimes. I said that is a president of a nation that these people are talking to. They insult the man, insult his mother, all those kinds of things. Those people, white, I think I noticed white people, they are too liberal. Yeah, they have those kind of, they are too, they are not ready like other people. And they need to double or else they will lose their land to these people. Yeah, seriously.
To who's gonna lose their land?
I really see how the Arabs are flooding Europe. There are lots of Arabs moving in Europe now, and those are these people.
Trust me, they can flood. They're not about to take the white people's land. Trust me, white people got plans up the yin yang. White people are light years ahead of everybody.
Don't see it like that. Anything is possible.
It might look like that to you, but I can promise you, white people, they've planned all this out. They've laid it all out. I mean, it's their place. This is their system. They laid it out. If they don't want to allow something, it's not gonna happen. You know. So there's a reason for it. But let's bring in Princip. Princip, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
How you doing, Professor? How you doing, man?
I'm well. Yes. Princip,
are you all right, man?
Which one of the topics you want to touch on? The illegal,
I wanted to touch on
Guyana.
that one, but I see you have a.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I wanted to touch on the last one with the.
The King of Kubala.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it Yeah, I want to talk about him. But basically, I see it kind of differently than you guys because I see that he's kind of like dominating the media. So he's like utilizing imagery and media, and it's kind of impressive that he's dominating Scotland's media with three people in no production team. So that's impressive.
Yeah.
And Kidola, not Kidola, what's the guy from
but
Liberia?
See, like it's not like a position against him, whatever. We just going by what we are seeing here. But yeah, I mean, you're free to be impressed by him.
No, the same thing. The same thing is happening to a lesser degree in South Africa. That I don't see the guy from Liberia talk about that.
What's happening in South Africa?
What's happening in South Africa?
there's certain European South Africans who claim that they were native to South Africa and nobody was here when they were there. So it's a similar narrative. So this is just a small fraction of the reverse of what they do in South Africa.
But Princip, did you not hear? This is somebody's land. They are trespassing. They served them. They evicted them. It's not in South Africa. Nobody came and showed any paperwork. These people moved into an established area.
All right. So
That's true. That's
Afro
true. That's
Diamond. All
true.
right.
But I
So
but
so
you
Princess,
can't take away. I
Princess,
think there's a little jealousy. You don't think there's a little jealousy?
yeah,
Sorry.
Princess,
Unmute
sorry,
yourself.
sorry, Princess, can I just a second? All right. So are you guys hearing me right?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So when a thief go and steal from another person. So I know very well that the Dutch came and they created a lot of theory around. They try to give excuses on why they should take those lands in South Africa, and we know that there are most of these things as they are trying to justify themselves to steal the people's land. But if they do it, that doesn't mean another man should do it, and especially the way the people way that it give, it make more sense, even though they are stealing. That's why I have issue with black men. You going to steal, even your way of stealing don't make sense. Why would you steal like that? Yes.
After that, okay, let me say this. Um, when the white Europeans came to South Africa, they came to conquer, right? They came for lay tent somewhere and be
Getting donations.
They were heavily armed, right? They were heavily armed, and they come with their professionals to fight and die there. This guy came over there, started making fire over there, chewing his chew stick in his mouth. You have Zimbabwe one singing the elephant music. Then they went to brought the pancake and the waffles down to over there to start blowing that fire too. So what I'm trying to tell you is this: the Scottish, right? They fought the English for years, even to be there. Still, the English did allow them to be free also. So when somebody just came and said the king of Kabbalah, a black guy, and said his ancestors were here before 400 years ago, that he coming to take over, but you didn't come with no professionals, you come say ragtag. They don't really understand who is this guy. So they saw it was not a threat to them, right? They started reading the paper. They were surprised. You see, what the white people are very good at. The white people sometimes don't say you are normal or you're crazy. Everything normal and crazy is the same. Only they just want to study you. How do you come over there, right? What's your mind? Why are you here? Why are you talking like this? So they study him for about a few months. They now understand, okay, try to dig past about him. Who is this guy? Now they start finding him out and this, okay. Now they now start knowing his history and everything. Africa will rush and destroy a lot of things without not knowing what's actually going on. See, the white people don't do things like that. When they want to know much about you, they're very calm. They study you, they look at you. They will not say you're crazy. Maybe the judge will not say, oh, okay, this guy is not too fit. Let us leave him alone. Okay, take him to one place. Let him be, eating some cheese and some kind of like hot winter soup. Some really bad ones.
So Ola, was he trying to, colonize, the British land, like the British colonized Ghana?
Yes, he came with
and Zimbabwe.
He came with that kind of way of he didn't just go at once. He declared himself in the city of Scotland. You understand me? And someone everybody like, hey, I'm the king, I'm back. He said he's back. You understand me? I think they were looking at him like, whoa, who is this guy? Before you know, he started having a camp. You understand me? His wife, the Zimbabwe wife, just run with him. One thing I think he took these things from United States. You understand me?
Who? No,
this
he's in the UK.
He's in the UK, but this ideology, right? He had this ideology from United States because when he decided to do this is when the Black Americans started saying, "Whoa, we discover our causes."
Right.
They forget these are Africans, right? And the Caribbean.
So he scammed the blacks.
He was getting some money. They were pumping some money towards him in the service. So they were like praising him. Thank God, we finally find the King of Scotland, and they were very happy. Now he carried the real thing out. You see, I thought they said Black Americans have to learn some serities from the Africans. They think, oh, the Africans, when Africa make a move, they make the bold moves. You cannot be making moves on top of pancake. You cannot be making moves on top of, some kind of a sugar straw with that shit you eat it. You have to take a move. Take your mouth out of that pancake.
You mean like going to Popeye Chicken?
You go to Popeye Chicken, start eating that thing, they're screaming over there, oh man, Popeye Chicken is better than fufu. No. You see, these guys were making jollof rice with wache in Scotland, Hotland Park. They were not scared. You understand me? So what I'm trying to say is this. He take a bold moves and he'll be cool enough now. Anyhow, they'll also be serving him a very nice meal, chicken legs.
But Ola, Princip saying that, I think he's insinuating that, you sound like you're jealous of this guy. You and Kedo. And he's saying that, I think he's saying that Kedo, how come Kedo is not talking about the white people in South Africa? Is that what you were saying, Princip?
Yeah, I was basically saying that, like, basically, I noticed that there's a little jealousy coming from the Nigerians and the Liberian guy because they see the impressive like level of media control that this guy has.
Wait.
He's
So
dominating like whole of Scotland, like all of Scotland.
You detected some jealousy.
Yeah, I feel a little bit. They're not saying they're not coming direct, but you can sense it. You can sense like they're a little bit jealous, But it's like he's dominating. Like that's very impressive stuff, man. The level of he's dominating the media, and I can sense it. I can.
Prissy, I beg you, somebody, God.
I don't know, but I want to tell you that you must be a fool to think that. You must be a fool to detect that.
Kedo, are you jealous?
That's why I told him that he must. That is is it foolish for me to even be jealous of a thing like that? I'm ashamed of that man. Why would I?
Bro, forget. Do you know how much money? Do you know how much money is on his PayPal? Do you think that guy comes there to joke? That guy's he's a businessman. The Black Americans, they will pay him a lot of money to be there. He's the biggest Hollywood or Nollywood entertainer. It's Scotland for the past.
Princess is trolling. Princess is trolling. Afro-Damos. Princess is trolling. Yeah. I don't think it's being serious.
No, Dr. Uber bought a whole school for like $500,000. And this guy just set up a park and all these people sending donations. How much money do you think he's making in donations, Professor?
He make a lot of money.
How much money do you think he's making in donations? Exactly. So a lot of black people from these different groups, the Haitian, the Jamaican, all these guys are jealous, man. This guy set up in the park and he's making, I doubt he's disturbing anybody. Who do you think he's actually disturbing? He's making money, man.
Princess, are you seriously talking this on this show right now? For real?
Princess say the money in his PayPal. That just what Princess.
Princess, how will you? I don't know about Princess.
Bro, he look like he
I don't want to, Princess. I don't want to, I just want to be bold with you to tell you that your analysis you are bringing is very foolish. I shouldn't lie to you. It's very foolish.
Look, that guy made a lot of money, but I tell you, be with the judge, Scotland.
I read an article. I read an article. The locals bring him food and money. That's what I read in the article. So who is he actually disturbing? He got a little camera and he's posting it online. So there's crazy people in the park
that guy have a lot of money online on a special water account, the one that the Scottish government cannot reach. It's a very smart. I think the judge, they will look at it. Look, in England, if you're smart, you're smart. If you're not smart, that's just on your own. The British teach this kind of rules, this kind of techniques also. They're very good at it also. What he just did, he used the British brain and just established himself and insult the old one. I said, I'm not the new one. I know some Scottish people will like it because they don't really like they don't like the English also.
It's entertainment for many.
It's an entertainment. He just carried out a perfect entertainment for himself.
Yeah,
And
he's
his
an
family wife.
entertainer. He put up
Can we hear
the biggest
Zongo?
show.
Can we hear
Yeah,
Zongo?
yeah. Zongo, are you there?
Oh yeah. Zongo is over here
Yeah,
listening.
okay. One of the relatives of the King of Kubala. Welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Greetings to our Damas and the panelists and the chat and the future listeners.
Zongo, you know, like you've been seeing Ghanaians on the news lately. You guys have even that Guyana guy, the illegal school superintendent. They were calling him a Ghanaian, but
Oh
you know, I
come on.
corrected that here. So, Zongo, what do you make of the King of Kubala? What do you want to add to it? Is he
well,
a Hebrew
well,
Israelite or what?
well. Before I address the real the topic, I wanted to address some panelists on this show today. His name is Kidola. Kidola's had bad experiences with Ghanaians and African Americans in the past in Europe. At workplaces, Kidola probably has done something wrong that Ghanaians has told on him to the supervisors, just complying to the rules. And this really has had a toll on Kidola. So Kidola, like, what is the best opportunity for Kidola to expose his hate on Ghanaians by using the King of Kubala
And the Ghanaian
story
government's action.
and the Ghanaian government action to to vindicate or to use that as a pretext to vindicate his hate towards Ghanaians. We know that when Princep was making that, when Princep detected that that hate, it
You mean
wasn't
jealousy?
abnormal. Yeah, his jealousy. It wasn't abnormal. I mean, Princep, you're absolutely right. Kidola has
But
had
Zongo, why are you
issues.
taking it personal though? Kidola,
So,
Kidola is doing. Kidola is talking about what he observed.
I feel that was still entertainment. At the end of the day, it's no personal. Come on, why are you making it seem like it's personal?
Nah, I mean, Ola is just talking about what you know he saw.
Yeah, but about Afrodamas, it's not
Is
personal.
this your way of saying, "Oh man, Ola finally got us with
So
evidence"?
I still love my Ghanaians brothers and sisters. There's nothing, no hard feeling. We're still going to be fighting. We're still going to be marrying each other. We're still be eating with each other. We just, it's a causes that we cannot bring
Yeah.
to the
So I
everything.
mean, so Kidola just has one, opportunity, the story to expose his hate towards
Oh
Ghanaians,
no,
and he want to
one
bring it.
love,
Can
one
you
love.
allow me to finish, Kidola, please? Can you allow me to finish? And he wanna bring the story of Liberia, that when Liberians came to Ghana, they demarcated a land for them, and Nigeria helped them to assimilate. Well, what proof do you have, Kidola? Can you provide a proof for us? Because as far as I know, there's a lot of Liberians in Ghana that are really assimilated into the country. In Ghana, we had a very rich, a very known Liberian rapper called Scientific. Even the recent Liberian musicians that was making wave, he made wave through Ghana, Kidola. Can you show me some of the success stories of Liberia in Nigeria right now? Please, cut me a break, Kidola. We know the hate you have for Ghanaians, and we don't want to go for that. Now, in addressing the topic at hand, I think that guy's a finesse, man. Afidamas, man. He probably learned
But
that.
Zongo, he finessed the FBA. Zongo, are you shocked that they gravitated towards? They were hoping that they found their village in Scotland. They were hating on African, then they found out their king to be the foundation. The FBSs are actually Africans and Caribbeans.
You know what's really interesting when you kind of like presenting the show, right? Actually, like yesterday when you told me about the story, I actually went and looked at it, but I didn't know, and the FBAs were really excited that they discovered some kingdom in Scotland,
Uh-huh.
only to realize to their dismay that actually he's not indigenous Scottish. He actually came from somewhere in West Africa, right? So it's kind of like I didn't know like this
But why
FBA.
would they even think that, he's indigenous?
exactly. These FBAs. I think they lack knowledge of history. They just react to a lot of things
because they
based on
because they
emotions.
are checking out hidden history museum.
Oh, that's true. They probably listen to Tariq Nasheed. He's like the
Zongo,
character.
do you think even Tariq would be impressed by the king of Kubala?
Man, he probably was going to lend some taxes from him. And what is really shocking to me was how was he able, or how did he manage to recruit that FBA queen? Because I heard she was lost, she was missing in Texas for 5 years.
I
How did
mean,
that happen?
online more than
FBS,
likely.
FBS,
Zongo,
dumb
you
enough
also
to fall into this trap.
Zongo Stoic one is correcting.
Professor
He said not
Adams.
somewhere. He said he's
You
from
know,
Ghana. Stoic one. Zongo is trying to avoid that part.
Yeah, and this dude in Scotland, man, he's making the waves, he's getting the bag, and then getting to know of his background. I think they learned this grifting from the FBAs and the Nigerians. They probably learned then from the Nigerians and the FBAs. Omar Johnson, uh, um, Tariq Nasheed. Everyone knew how Omar collected for the donations. Everyone knew how Tariq had over $1 million to build some fake museum in California. People are watching. The black British in the UK are watching. They're like, damn, like I wish I could be these people. How can I finesse these black people too?
Yeah.
And the best opportunity for them is to claim indigenous land in the white man's land. The FBA is going to be happy. This is what the FBAs have always wanted. They've been mad with the white people for a long time. They don't hate no freaking Africans. The FBAs just want to be the white man. And what is better than them hearing the news that the black man going to Scotland to conquer the originator of their own people? That's a better story for them.
Yeah, that's true. And Zongo, I noticed like with the Ghanaian, they always have the
Zongo, Caliban messing
hold
for
on,
2 months,
Princip.
man.
Hold on, Princip. 1 second. Zongo, what's with the Ghanaians always having the Zimbabwe queen when they are pulling this type of heist?
Oh
What's that
man,
all about?
it's not just Ghanaians, man. Nigerians love dating
Zimbabwe?
Zimbabweans and South Africans. It's something these West Africans
No,
have
I'm just
become.
talking about what we are seeing in the media.
Oh, you mean the optics, right?
No. What actually is happening?
Yeah, man. Like I don't know, man, because that's a very good question. But I will let my Nigerian brother Kidola keep that response to me. Maybe he has a reason. There's a lot of reasons he can provide to us, because a lot of Nigerians also marry Zimbabweans and South Africans as well. So maybe Kidola might have a better response for
Zongo, answer what Afrodamus is saying to you. Don't bring Nigeria to this thing. See, Afrodamus, see what he's doing. He's set up the world. It's the way, using the rope to tie us and the FBA together. I said, oh, yeah, he learned it from Nigerians and all these guys and FBA and all these people. Look, the truth of the matter is this. What this guy just did, he just saw the black FBA discover Scottish blacks, and it was smart. And you see, that's just the rating. He just carry out a very huge. They're not gonna do this guy nothing. He know the system. He know them. When it's with that judge, they just say it's crazy. Take him out. Don't do it
But
again.
in all honesty, do you think they use sorcery to get that FBA girl though? Because it's not really normal. Like, honest, I know like there's
But
Joe.
yeah, because
Man,
that is the fantasy of most Black Americans. See, the Black Americans are scared of the white man. The Africans are not scared of the white man. That is two different things. You understand me? So some of these Africans be born in Europe or they live in Europe, they're not really scared of the white man. But for FBP is very scared of the white man. FBP would like to do this kind of things, but they don't have the balls. So what you see.
But the white man of the U.S. is different from the white man of the Europe. Let's be
I
honest.
understand. Even FBP is scared of the white man of Europe also. They're all the same in their eyes.
You know damn well the white men of U.S. would have shot these people dead a long time ago. You know that. Come
No,
on.
they wouldn't.
They wouldn't do
No,
that.
no. They wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay.
Well, over here they would look at it just like if it's like where I'm at here, you would just be like, one of the other homeless in the park. Like,
Wait. Washington, Washington is just like Europe, man. They're kind of a little different, you know. I mean, Afrodamus, you know
no,
that.
I mean, this is all. I mean, like, even the hardest part, maybe in the woods somewhere in the south, but even then, you would, like why would you want to go there? This guy's doing it for attention. So
Yeah. Like the
yeah,
Washington white people might probably think some
yeah.
cultural
I
things.
mean, people that
Will come
leave,
take
even
pictures.
even the camps, people that set up even the camping, they mostly come to Seattle, because over here it's easier,
Yeah,
like,
I
yeah,
think after that, I
it's
think
easier to do that.
why it succeeded, why I think why the wipe was I don't know much about United States aspect. You see, most park in Europe, in which Scotland fall into and other places, they have what called forest guard, and some of this forest guard they walk every time. They're saying things that they're like, whoa, what's going on? And due to their patientness, see, they don't really differentiate between if somebody is normal or they will give you time to explore whatever you want to explore, that they will ask you to leave because other people want to enjoy, the scenario or whatever it is. But they see these guys are not leaving, they're cooking. As long what I think some of them will even advise them not to burn anything. They will even teach them how to, they're very good at doing these things. See, white people are very patient. They want to take a study out of you. What is going on with you? You understand me? Why are you behaving like that? Because some of these European countries, if you're normal, even when you're homeless, they give you a home. You understand me? They give you a place to stay. Try to pay you some certain things to some shine for you to enjoy your life. But he don't want to leave. He says the king, and he already came out already on the street. Maybe some of this Scotland City, Edinburgh, something. He shout with a very huge voice and be recorded. I'm the king. Elizabeth is not your queen. I'm here to take over my heritage. That's when
But you notice, that he knows what he's doing.
Oh yes, it's money.
See, he did not say Charles is not the king. He said Elizabeth, because the queen is dead.
Yeah.
So he will not be charged with anything. Like
the money.
So he knows what he's doing.
This guy have some problem. This guy's, he was finessing already, having some money.
The hell, foundational Black Panther? What the hell?
See. After this guy was already making some money. If you look at that Zimbabwe wife, he was dressing well. He was having some
holding $50,000.
Yeah, so this guy know how to. He was opera singer. This guy might be born there because he have their accent. So he already know the system. He have bed into the system. He's already eating some money, possibility doing some other things that he would make money. Look, the new women now of West Africans are Uganda and Zimbabweans now. West African men now, they don't go for Nigerian women. Ghana, Nigeria, these are the two people pulling now Zimbabwe, Uganda, that's what they're marrying now. You understand me? That's the new wives now. South Africa is out of the game. Zimbabwe and Uganda, they're on top of the game now. Nigeria, Uganda, these women, I think Gambia involved into it also. These women, they are like white women now. You don't deal with these people, let them go. You understand me?
Interesting. Let's bring in the foundational.
Afrodamus.
Yeah.
Yes. What I want to say, I want to also give a short message, like a lesson to other Africans and other Black people around the world. So the thing is, wise walk with the wise, and if you want, if it is not a right thing for other Black people to start working, to start following. I mean, put it out to start following other foolish Black people, other foolish African people. They should not work with them now. My statement, I'm not trying to be harsh, but I'm trying to be polite, but I'm trying to use the mildest word. I don't know the most mildest way to say it, yes, because the word fool is just fool, right? Or unwise people do not move, do not follow unwise people, because these kinds of people, when you follow these kinds of people, every one of you at a certain point in time you start to think the same, you start to do things that are not wise, you start to go astray. And what I noticed among black African people is you know, after colonization, we always like to talk about colonization and blame. But the reason why you see a lot of black African people, you see them going in a lot of direction, a lot of different places without any good sense of direction. It is because we do not really, a lot of us, we are just, we do not really have a clear vision of where, of the direction to go as black Africans. We do not have the clear vision. If you ask some black Africans from other black African countries now, you tell them, all right, since you say that your country is corrupt and you are running away going to the Western mainland, if you have the opportunity to lead your country, what is your vision?
Oh,
A lot of them.
hold on, hold it there for a second, kid. Hold it. Let's bring in Foundation of Black Theta. We'll get back to you. Foundation of Black Theta, go ahead.
Yo, let me hear me clearly, yeah?
Foundation of Black Theta, where are you calling from? Are you calling from a bunker? Okay, we can hear you. Can you speak up?
Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes. We can hear you now. Where are you calling from?
Long time, man. Long time. I'm not call on this thing still. I don't know how this thing work anymore. The stream thing. It was Brian, man. Calling from Ireland, didn't it? There you go.
Okay, that's a Foundation of Black Scotsman. We got a Foundation of Black Scotsman in the house. Go ahead, Foundation of Black Scotsman.
I know Scott, my Nigerian. See, I'm Nigerian. You get me?
Man, what's wrong with your line, man?
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go out.
Yeah,
and come back.
Okay. Go out and come back.
But you see, you hear me? You see that the guy broadcast from Scotland, no static, no bad image, no bad video. You see what I'm saying? That was very impressive stuff, man. You guys got to admit that stuff. And and the only victim here is really like people like Kala. I haven't heard Kala for 3 months, man.
Where is Kala a victim?
He probably in the woods somewhere. I don't know. I haven't heard Kala in 3 months, man.
Hey, after that,
That's the
I
only
heard
victim.
Kala. Who's the one saying? I heard like Kala was happy when he discovered the king of Kubala being
I think
indigenous.
it's Ola.
Ola was the Ola. Are you sure Kala was happy about that though? Because Kala, if that is true,
Yeah, Kala was trying
you
to
gotta really
occupy.
hop on this platform and defend yourself.
What that guy did, that was Kala dream ever since. Kala want to occupy Afghanistan.
Yeah,
Like Kala
Kala
can
really,
occupy
Kala,
Afghanistan, then they saw a black man
Kala's
occupy
issues since
Scotland.
birth. Okay, go ahead.
And what I mean, Kala wanted to occupy a place. Then this king of Kabbalah came and occupied part of Scotland, and they say he's a king, and he don't answer to no law apart from the law from above. Kala would love such a thing. And look, this Scotland dude just carry out his perfect, entertainment with the Zimbabwe, beautiful queen and his Black American house girl. You see what happened.
So Ola, you are saying that this would have been Kala's dream, and
big time.
This is what he wants to pull off.
But Afedamas, I really want to ask you this question.
Yeah.
Why aren't the FBI outraged, especially the way the news was reported? They use a particular term for the FBA girl. What's that name of the word?
Maiden.
Maiden.
Yeah.
Because it means a female servant,
Yes.
And FBAs are not really outraged over this.
Well,
man, that's kind of really interesting. That's really kind of interesting because I thought the FBA's claim to be they're the ones they're the ones who fight against the white man, and Africans are some some dull and docile people. Well, here's the case. The African just made one of your people a servant, and you just keep quiet.
Don't
Like,
say African, the Ghanaian. And this Zimbabwe one. Don't try to put this on all of us.
The
Right.
Afrodamus.
Yes.
Yeah, so what I was saying is I just decided to bring this part out, because the man have already done, he already messed up, we are already seen it, right? So I think we should try to come up with ideas, like, or something, like to talk to other Africans and other young black people around the world so that they can stop trying to run to European countries or those white people countries to stop doing those shameless things to force themselves on the people.
But kiddo, like, how are you gonna stop people from doing what they want to do?
So the first thing that I said today when I firstly started, I said there need to be laws. The people need to actually put some laws in place. I know this is an international show now. The people are hearing it around the world. I'm sure
But
some white folks are hearing it.
this guy is a British guy.
He's British, but I know even though he's British, his origin is not Britain. And those white people,
Yeah,
that's
but
why I say
Ghana probably have no power over this guy.
if Ghana don't have power over it, these people need to how Trump is. Just how Trump is sending other different nationalities to Ghana, the people need to look forward to take him from there, even though he's citizen he's a British citizen. They need to take him from there and deport him or they deal with him some sort of way. But I'm coming. I want to say something else to that. I want to say something else to that. So my first thing was that those people need to improve the law to deal with people like that. And the second thing is yes.
Okay, so that dude is no longer a Ghanaian. That dude is a British or Scottish citizen. The way that dude think is far away from Ghana. He's not thinking about Wache or thinking about Kinky. That dude is on top of his game. You feel me? That dude.
But that is not his land. They
Hold
need to
on.
find a
You
law to
can't
deal
blame
with him.
this is not about Ghana for you can't even deport that guy to Ghana. If you come to the Western world and you integrate to the system, they will tell you if you want to be whatever you want to be, you can be whatever you want to be. The longer you stay over there with them, the more you understand this is what called source of freedom of whatever you want to turn to. If you want to marry a dog, if you have a pastor that can do that for you, good for you. So is in Africa we talk about normality, non-normality. What is normal of normal? You understand me? With the white people, they are normal of normal. It's a little bit different. They will understand if you kind of like crazy in the up, but at least they will say allow you to free yourself or do whatever you want to do. Well, they just discovered this guy. I think later, but they discovered by going towards this guy history, they not found this just finesse. Possibly they get access to some of his contribution and other things. I like what Zogo said. If the Black American NBA not crazy that this guy said, he said they made the Black America a maid or something like that. Look, there's a far distinction when that Black American guy came. You see how that Zimbabwe girl was looking at with her. They took that girl far away from them, right? She was sitting far as a house girl, right? Her job
And she was the one blowing the fire,
picking the wood. She's a typical house girl who wash the dishes and clean the wood.
Probably. What kind of food do you think she probably cooked? Well, they were bringing them food anyways.
Yeah, they were bringing the food, maybe pasta and other things what the guys used to eat.
Yeah.
And the Zimbabwe wife. I think Zimbabwe wife might not be the one born in Zimbabwe, but the Ghana guy is born over there. So you can see the way they play the game and everything. In short, the Black American guy, they were usually one eye to be looking at her first. You see, there's a difference between a Black American guy and an African guy or somebody rooted from Africa. They didn't come and sit close to us. They put her there. This is a tribal thing. We're the king. She's my queen. I can't touch you because I'm loyal to this woman. They're not gonna. She just stay on her own, Then when they want to cook, she go and prepare the wood. She dance the dance. The queen and king, they look at her. I understand, Carla. You would have been there so that you at least understand how to occupy a territory. You understand me? Because you be thinking about how to occupy Afghanistan on internet for a very long time. You would have been in that zone in the Kabbalah land. See how they run government, how they occupy space, how they move, Carla. Please just learn from that guy from Kabbalah. It's a good guy, Carla.
Thank you. Let's bring in Foundational Black Theta again.
Hear me now, yeah?
Man, you got crackly voice. say something. Man, your audio is terrible.
All right, 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Okay. Nat Turner, you in the chat hating again. Nat Turner said, ICE is locking up your welfare recipient family while you tethers are talking anti-FBA freedmen, lineage American worship. But you tethers want to trade places, don't you? Don't you? So, Zongo, what do you think about what Nat Turner said? Nat Turner, why are you upset?
Man, now Turner, why don't you hop on the stream and let us know your thoughts for King of Kubala and his queen making an FBA girl a servant on his kingdom. You know, the question is, how was he able to?
Zongo, why you keep saying she was a servant? She was a new member of the team. She had to
No,
earn her place.
no. They said a handmaiden.
Well, she had to earn her place. They don't know. She probably was an informant. You notice once she joined the team,
Whoa,
all of a
whoa,
sudden
whoa, whoa, whoa.
they get them the papers. You notice that?
The reporter says she was a handmaiden. Handmaiden is not my language. It's an English language. So I googled that. It says female servant. That's what it means. Plain and simple.
Yeah, but she was new to the thing.
Yeah, but
So I don't know.
can you Google the meaning of handmaiden, please? Come on.
Yeah, but you don't think she was maybe an informant? Because once I don't
Oh
know.
my
To me, it came like a TV show. Nobody was a victim. No, it was just a two-man show, and all of a sudden she joined. Now they made her or her
Nobody
family feel
said
like she's
anything
victim
about
value.
victim here.
No,
No,
nobody
she
said
was
about
she
victim.
they claimed
We are
they
just
claimed she was
trying
missing for
to.
5 years. She wasn't on that
Well,
program
that's
for
what
five
her
years.
family is claiming. But she
She
said
was on
she's
that. She was on that TV show for
She
5 years.
said she. Well, a helper. Well, do you think an
The math
FBA
don't add up.
will use will appreciate an African? Making one of them a helper. You think so? No.
No, she was a new member. She just recently joined. Was she supposed to be the queen too?
She's
Well,
not
you
a
don't watch the
queen.
show, Zongo. You don't sound like you watch the show. You sound like one of them haters, man.
Oh, come on.
It was a good two
Man,
man show. It was a
yeah,
good 2 man show. She
that.
joined. All of a sudden, he getting indicted. You see,
Oh, wait, they had a show. Is that what you're saying?
it was a 2 man. There was only two people in the show. It was him and his wife. Right? They're doing propaganda. Propaganda. The AU is supposed to be studying this guy, but this guy had excellent media presence and propaganda. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, man, come on,
But
that's not him, man.
this
It's just the Scottish media chose just to give it more light. There's a reason why they wanted to, give him a lot of publicity. Because the way he dressed,
was a good
probably
show.
they wanted to see the reaction of the locals, the people. Perhaps they could use that to politicize the whole, situation. You don't know. Like there's a
right.
agenda really behind the media people. You don't really know because especially UK has been having a problem of anti-immigrant sentiment.
Cool.
Like there was a documentary of a mixed race dude
So
painting
Zongo,
himself.
are you saying a Ghanaian is participating in the propaganda against Africans again? Kola, are you hearing this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zongo,
yeah, because
Zongo is
you know,
crazy.
because the thing is, like, I actually watched a few of the protests, man, and the UK people, they are no different from some of these white supremacists too. Because I heard, because there
What
was
do you
this guy.
mean white supremacists?
No, there was this a mixed race reporter. He actually went to one of like the protests, right? But he painted himself like a white man, and he was pretend to say, "Oh, I don't like these black people." And some people like were very vocal, like, "Man, I don't like the white people. So if I saw one of them at this protest today, I'm probably gonna shoot them and kill them." You know? And some of the white people even doubted that mixed dude. They're like, man, they kind of feel like, oh, he has a little bit of like black, in him. So, because a lot of people think maybe UK is kind of low mild compared to the US, but they just don't, express what they have within them. So I don't know. We don't know like why the media chose to give them a lot of publicity because three people they can't even conquer nothing. It's just something. Just and the FBA is being dumb as usual. They don't know what like
Zongo,
geopolitics is.
Zongo,
They're just happy
if the
that
immigrant left,
they have indigenous people from Scotland, because
if
they've
the
always
immigrant
wanted to
left
be white
Scotland,
men.
so let me just tell you the truth. These people protested this so-called British, what they call whatever they want protesting again, right? If the immigrant leave UK would prefer this black immigrant than this Polish. You see, Britain left EU because of Polish people, right? These British people, they're used to the black ones more than they don't want to be friends to the Polish ones or Bulgarians. That's why they even left the EU. Otherwise, if you have to tell UK to be just only for white to be very boring. It's a boring place with too much rain and cold. There's nothing really pumping there without this immigrant there. You understand me? So when we talk about UK, you talk about the people people that they colonize with. These are the one making it happening there. These are the beauty of it. You understand? So yes, I think they're very scared of the Muslim. I don't know why. You understand what things happening there. The British are very good in
Man,
ways.
if you ask them if they've ever met a Muslim before, they probably say no. It's just media propaganda trying to,
Nah,
make them.
Zongo in the
nobody's.
UK. In the
Mhm.
UK, I mean,
The
in
Muslims are doing bad
England,
things.
there's a lot of Muslims there. I
Are
mean,
they
the
doing bad? Are
English.
they doing bad things? Are they doing bad things?
Well, I mean, that
They have a
you
lot
gotta
of
look at
Pakistanis and
if
Indians
you're
there.
trying to change people's culture, that's not a
Yeah,
good thing.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
that
if you look at white people, they're like stoic ones. Like most of white, they're not racist, like he's saying.
the blacks,
Obviously, because
the
you're seeing
Africans,
how mixed the place is,
yeah,
diverse.
the
That's
Africans,
true.
the Africans. Well, I mean, the Africans, the African descendants. I'm talking about the Caribbean. These people are heavily integrated into the British lifestyle. But
Hmm.
the ones that are problem with the Pakistanis and the Pakistani really and some of the Indians that try to change their culture. Marrying cousins and some of these things. I think they have some problem, and some of these Pakistanis started grooming abusing their kids or grooming their girls. It was kind of nasty things. So these are where the problem is actually coming
Yeah,
from.
but
But
it's mostly like most of these immigrants. They mostly live in big, just like in the U.S. Most of immigrants mostly live in big cities.
yeah,
Mostly in big cities, and outside of big cities, you really see a lot of diversity. So I don't know. I think it's political. Like Tommy Robinson is
the
just trying
heavily
to.
to marriage is
Zongo,
going on.
you're not living there. You don't know that.
Because a lot of them, a lot. No, Tommy. I had the interview of Tommy Robinson, and he said he liked Charlie Kirk and all those kind of people. Because
Yeah,
the one,
but
one.
what problem do you have with people like Charlie Kirk?
No. I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to use American situation to sort of get an
You mean
insight.
these are people that love their country and they're willing to stand up and express it?
Well,
I mean that's what it is. It's a fact. Like,
well.
but
The only
see,
problem. See,
because
the
you've
only
been
problem.
programmed. Think about it.
No, I'm not.
You've
I'm
been
not programmed that
programmed
way. No,
not
no,
to see, not to,
no.
when white people do it is racist, but that's what.
No, but can I ask
Afterdamus.
can I ask
But let me.
Professor real
No,
quick a
Princess,
question?
wait. Princess, wait. I want to respond to Afterdamus. I
Mm.
mean, I've never listened to Charlie Kirk. The only part of his interview that I've actually watched that he was bashing Van Jones for being a race hustler, and then a lot sound like this is his debate.
You mean telling the truth about him
Yeah, and also like being on college campuses talking about
debating?
like the breakdown of the black family. For me, the way I kind of look at it is it's just a tool of the Republican Party. I don't see like
Wait,
I don't have
but
no.
Zongo, Charlie
Yeah,
Kirk is an American,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
He goes to colleges to talk about their American culture issues and debate Americans about it. I
Hmm.
mean, think about that.
Yeah, but I'm not really
So,
taking a
so,
side.
so, so, how can you attach your own thinking onto that? Like he
No,
is
but I'm
not.
not. Yeah,
He
but
is
I'm not.
talking about American culture. It's about the
Yeah, but I'm saying
American
I'm not.
culture.
I'm saying I'm not really taking a side. It's not really my place to make
No,
a
but
comment.
what I'm saying, he's talking about American culture and debating American students, mostly white like him,
but
debating their culture. So it's not like he's just doing talking points. He's actually like putting here back and forth. Like you tell me what you think, we counter, we go back and forth. So it's a debate.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that I support that he was good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like what he's doing is just being sponsored by powerful financiers.
Yeah, in America they
that's
can.
what I'm just saying.
In America but what I'm saying, in America they can do that here.
Yeah.
Like in America, the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, is allowed here. Like that straight up freedom of speech. You can go to the college and set up your table. You write your sign.
I've actually been watching debate.
Yeah, you can write your sign and debate with people. Like I have participated in debates like that. Like there's times you come, nobody's been forced. You can debate the topic.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I have issues. I've actually listened to a few of. There's a debate with one of this, one of like the campaign organizer of Bernie Sanders. She's a female lawyer or something like that. Man, she literally destroyed him about like that debate. Like, I'm not saying I have issues with him, but
you said again. You keep saying you don't have issues with him, and you didn't watch. You say you don't watch him, but you seem to have a confirmation bias against the guy. There is nobody in Bernie Sanders' team who is who can destroy that guy in a debate. It's not there. Not even Bernie himself. Not even Bernie himself. I know what I'm talking about.
Wait, what? That girl?
You don't watch him. I do.
No, but
can I ask you a question?
Really outsmarted him. Like she was not even on this level.
Dude,
I can share that to you.
Do you understand how good? What I'm saying? Do you understand how good you have to be? For them to want to take you out.
But I'm not even speaking about him taking. I'm talking about prior to his death.
No, that was wrong.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not even speaking about his death.
Like when you speak, it's like when people debate, right? When what he's doing in colleges, it's counter to what the people in charge want, because it's counter to the brainwashing. So it's a bigger agenda than that. So when you're listening to people trying to debate you on trying to tell you that they believe that men can get pregnant. I mean, come on now. Like what type
but this is not a conversation I'm talking about. I'm talking about
I'm just giving a wider but that's the type of
there was debate about affirmative action, about what
in affirmative action as well. I've heard him debate. Hold on. I've heard him debate on that, plenty of times. And all the people that engage him, none of them can beat him. They end up in feelings like how dare you do this? Okay, the question is, people capable of doing things, or they have to do things a certain way to lower the standard for you because of your skin color. If that's what it is, just say so.
Yeah, but after that, I'll share that video to that girl and Charlie Kirk. She literally outschooled him. He was not on her level, man. Like she's a Harvard graduate. She's very smart. On the topic that they discussed about, she really outsmarted him on that. I will just share that video for you.
Zongo,
make your own decision. I don't want to go too much details. I don't want to go too much details.
Zongo, you've already established your confirmation bias before. You said I don't watch him, but you try to minimize him at first, and then I ask you certain questions. You're like, okay, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want.
But then you proceeded, even though you've made the disclaimer that you don't watch the guy. That means you don't. That means you don't have enough information on him other than what you were fed. Because
That's
at first
true.
like you try to make it seem like the guy pointing out that Van Jones is a race hustler, a grifter. I mean, you try to play the game like the blacks play. Oh, everyone knows something until a white person says it. Then that white person is racist for observing the same thing.
Yeah, but I never said
All
where he said that.
intelligent.
No, no,
Well,
no.
that's what you were
But
implying.
no, that's not what I'm implying. I'm saying actually watch that particular video on his channel after his death.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to
but
hear
what
you.
I'm saying, you were
But
trying to
that's not what
imply
I'm
that.
implying. But that's not
But
what I'm implying though.
okay, but
And
Zongo,
it was that video. Wait, let me finish. It was that video on his channel and the video where he debated because he debated a lot of college students. I'm like, oh, let's see. And I saw a video of he and the lady that they said like she was the campaign manager of whatever, like Bernie Sanders. Oh,
I've seen that,
and I'm like,
Can,
oh,
can I
let
just
me
and I
ask
finish.
a
don't know.
question,
Wait,
Jungle,
let me
man?
finish.
You're
Let me
going in
finish.
Hold
circles,
on,
Jungle. Come on,
Can
hold
I
on,
finish?
that's the mic,
hold on,
bro.
Zongo, hold on, Zongo. I have seen that,
Yes, exactly.
and
He's a race hustler too. He's a hustler too.
I don't know what you are listening to, unless you don't know what the facts are. But go back and listen, write down everything, and then go research
Yeah,
what
but at the
he
end
is
of the
saying.
day,
Hold on. What he said and what she said, and go research it and compare it and see who destroyed who. That's how you would know.
yeah, but at the end of the day, he's a hustler just like Van Jones too.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
both sides of the coin.
well, the thing is, Van Jones is selling lies to his own people. He said his own people, blatantly misleading them. He is selling victimhood. Charlie Kirk never sold victimhood to anyone, not
Yeah, but
white people, not
at the end of the
everybody.
day, at the end of the debates, Charlie Kirk is a mouthpiece of the Republican Party, and Van Jones is a
Well,
mouthpiece of the Democrat Party. So
well,
it's just
that's
a debate between
Good
both
night,
multiple
gentlemen.
sides. So why are we
okay. Okay,
going to like really
I don't want to
change
deviate,
the yeah?
but
All right, I want
I'm
to ask a
just
quick
telling
question.
you, like, if you look at it, most people, if they want to, like places like here in the United States, if you want to be effective, politically, for instance, to make cultural change, that's one avenue you go to. If, for example, his belief systems doesn't align with the Democratic Party, you know, um, he does. The guy's he's a Christian, okay. So a lot of the values of the Democrats is anti-Christian versus the Republicans. So it makes sense for him to be a Republican. So here the politics is different from maybe in African countries
Yeah,
most
but
of
I'm
the
not
time.
really talking. I'm not really. At the end of the day, all whatever you were saying, the guy's just 33 years. It's not like he had his money by himself. Obviously, he had people.
Right, right.
Let me finish. Can I finish?
Well,
Can
what
I
I'm
finish?
saying,
Can I
everybody,
finish? Can I
hold
finish?
on,
Can I finish?
Zongo,
I mean,
Zongo,
you don't let me
Zongo.
finish.
If you have that loud voice, sure, and you align with whatever side, sure,
That
I'm
they
pretty
want
sure
to
they're
stand.
gonna give you money, but that doesn't mean you know you don't already believe in that. You see,
I mean,
I mean, like for example, Zongo, can men get pregnant?
no, that's not. They cannot.
Okay, so if somebody who says they are a professor sit in front of you and you think this person is sane, and then you hear them in a debate like in front of the world like saying no, yes, men can get pregnant, um would you continue to think that person is
I guess
someone you
like
can
the
trust?
ultimate point I'm trying to say
No,
is
no,
that
what I'm saying, if I sit here and it's my belief I'm telling people that men can get pregnant, what would you think about my would you think I'm insane?
I mean, yeah, of course, the natural person would
Of
think that it's
course,
just
let's hear
yes.
Princip. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
would
that's
think
on
I'm
that point.
insane, and rightfully so.
That's
Yeah, so
on
what
that
does
point.
that
But
have to do? Like, I mean, yeah, but I'm not really saying that this is just natural understand. But the point I'm trying to say that the guy himself, whatever that he promotes, whether his belief, the ulterior motive is to keep the Republican Party in power so they can be able to promote
Right.
pursue their agenda.
Yeah,
And
but
there's
that
nothing wrong
That's a
doesn't
with
given
that.
though,
discount.
People
Zongo.
make it seem like someone is morally
Yeah.
right than the other. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
It's just,
Zongo,
I think
you
it's politics at the end of the day.
the way you are looking at the politics and how most Americans look at it is different.
Of course,
Yeah,
me being an outsider.
it's very different.
Well, me being
Can I make a point, Zongo, man? You've been speaking for like
outside.
20
Zongo,
minutes.
yeah, that's true.
Because although I'm impressed by his debating skills and
Oh
his
man,
impact and pull.
I don't want us to
I'm
change
impressed
the
by that.
topic
No, no,
to
I'm gonna
that.
tie.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tie it right back to the topic though. That
no, yeah, we were just passing
he
by.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He has implicit bias, and one of the examples of that is with the guy from Guyana that you were talking about. The guy from Guyana, you said that he was here illegally, but he probably just simply overstayed his visa or his paperwork and is fired, right? There's people in South
The
Brooklyn, a
guy
bunch of
you
white
said
people from
the
Europe.
guy from Guyana.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Most
guy
likely
from
his paperwork
Guyana,
expired.
he who talked about him?
You said that you were talking about him earlier. You said something about the guy from Guyana, a
Yeah,
teacher.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
but I'm
guy.
saying most likely his paperwork expired.
No, dude,
You mean like
He came here illegally.
the principal, the
dude.
school
Come on,
principal?
Princip. Let's be. I
Hmm.
mean, like, the guy got
So
criminal conviction. The guy came here since '94. Like,
okay.
um, we're in 2025. That's like, do you know how many years that is?
Oh,
You
you
want
mean
to
like
tell
Exactly,
me,
but how did he get
you
here
said
though? That's my point.
94?
How did he get here?
You
Princip?
said
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
People get here different ways.
you said 94? That should be
Yes,
31 years now.
right. So there are
He was like a
people, yes,
superintendent in the school though. How do you think he got there without
through
paperwork?
D. That's what I'm saying. Through DEI, that's what they are figuring out. Like,
Oh,
I
man.
No, you
literally,
can't get a
I have
job without paperwork.
Princip. Hold on,
Like uh, uh,
Princip. I have seen people that went to prison
yeah,
before many years back. Like, those people, like, I used to thought they were citizens. They even travel and back, but eventually they got busted. You know what they got busted for? The passport they even have. Some
yeah.
people are operating in like an American citizen who's been dead.
Oh,
Who's
wow.
been dead? Yeah, some people are, that's not even their identity.
Wait,
So
But is that proven for him though? Is that proven for him, or
no,
is
no,
that
no. He came here. He's been here since '94, and he's been
so wait,
illegal
wait, wait, wait.
since.
Don't you think a white person could also get a DI? Like, let's say a white person that grew up, his first family was the one that went
wealthy
to
families?
university. Like, let's say, like, maybe they grew up very poor, and he probably might be the first person to have a bachelor's degree. Can't he also be a recipient of a DI? So DI is not just like a default.
How would he be the recipient of the DEI?
Let's say if he might be the first person. Let's say like a lot of like the Ivy League universities, they might probably consider someone being
Zongo,
the first generation
Zongo,
to
white
have
people,
a
the
bachelor's
whites,
degree.
Zongo, show me where that is for white people.
Oh, but after them, there's
And there's a
special.
lot of beneficiaries
Hold
from
on, hold
DI
on,
that are
Zongo,
white people too.
Zongo. Let
Look,
me help you out real
look,
quick, man.
look. Uh, what
White
you're
women,
saying is when they.
white
Here's
women
the
get
thing.
DI
Here's the
too.
thing. Here's the
White
thing.
women also get that
Here's
too
the
as well.
thing. Nobody. You are racializing it, and I'm sure you're trying to speak on like Charlie Kirk thing.
No, not really. Not really.
For example, let me just make it easy for you because that's who you're talking about. I'm not the one making the argument. His argument, he's not saying that, you know, this is only who benefit from it. It doesn't matter who benefit or not. He is saying that since black people are like fighting for this, a majority, some, because we have videos, they're saying they got this through affirmative action and they're the ones fighting. So that would mean these are painting the image that even like a black person that is qualified, whom they did not, enter through affirmative action where they lowered the standard for them or DEI, So this is going to paint all black people that way. You see, which makes sense because if it's merit based and somebody is entering based on just simply you know your
But
natural
yeah, but
natural
hold
thing.
on, hold on, hold on,
It's
hold on,
not
hold on,
it's not
hold on,
it's
Zoe.
not because hold on, it's not because you're qualified. That makes no sense, because
No, but people with 2.5 averages is not going to Ivy League schools,
look,
man. So that's a fictional
exactly.
narrative.
Yeah, but no,
So
that's
no,
not.
but that's a
No,
fictional
Hold
no,
on,
narrative.
no,
hold
Princess,
These
on,
wait,
people
wait.
have some
hold
level
on,
of qualifications.
hold on, hold
No,
on,
Princess,
hold on,
Princess, wait.
hold on, hold on. What first of all, here's the thing. If some person, I'm not sitting here arguing for or against. If you got 2.0, you're not going to that school. If you go there, you would just drop out. You cannot keep up. So let's forget that and move on to
Yeah,
the
but
topic.
After that,
This
even
makes
like,
no sense.
yeah, yeah, you're right. I agree. Like, it
Yeah,
doesn't really. But at the end
yeah.
of the day,
You
even
cannot
like,
you cannot fake that. So I don't even
but
want to. But if
after that,
there are people who, like, I've even worked with people who this affirmative action hire, they even promote them, but they are terrible at the job. They don't know the
yeah, yeah.
job.
But after that, I
And
want to.
and they're the ones that end up, suffering. It's like, they just terrible at it.
Yeah, but I also like want to point out one thing too, especially like this admission to the Ivy League universities, for instance. If your parents historically have been paying
You
contributing to
mean
the
endowment?
endowment fund,
Yeah,
of course you have.
that's not a DEI. That's a connection that
Yeah,
they
but
do
that
there.
could also be considered because you are not really
Well,
affiliated based on
well,
your merit.
here's
You are
the
not really
thing.
over there based on your
Yeah,
merit.
You
that's
have to
inherited merit. Inherited
Yeah,
merit.
yeah.
look.
So that's not
It
really based
just
on your merit, actually, your qualification.
Zongo. For me, here's how they operated in America, right? That's the rules. I'm not here to argue about that. I mean, you're from Ghana too. They run it a certain way. Let's just let them do it this way. Let's bring in Carla.
Oh yeah,
Carla, welcome to the
fine.
Afridamus Report. Carla, unmute yourself.
As your as Uncle Collar gets on the mic, you can call me Collar Genesis. You can call me Collar Rumble. You call me the African Whisperer. Call me many things, but the reason
Kibula
I'm calling,
citizen.
I got to take
Kibula
exception.
citizen.
I got to take exception to Kidola. And he took a couple of shots at me. And he said something about this clown. Like I said, I'm the ringmaster, right? I've been warning people for 20 years about deadly clowns, And this guy fits the profile of a deadly clown. Him and Dr. Arikana. My goal is to stop any sort of African influence over Black America. That's my goal. I tell anybody, any cult you join that's done by Africans on the continent, it's all a fucking scam. You know? Anything that comes from the continent is scam. That chieftaincy shit, all that shit has to go.
Which one?
All of them.
But
All
Carla,
of them
why,
garbage,
hold on, Carla,
I have
why
absolutely
why
no
you,
respect for African
why,
chieftaincy,
why
African
you
anything
generalizing
like
though?
that. And I
Why
do
you
not like
generalizing?
our women going over there with those men. And so I'm against that.
Oh, jealous, jealous.
It's not
Carla,
jealousy,
but
nothing. It's not jealousy, nothing. This lady's a lawyer,
Hold on. You
middle
guys, you
class.
hold on. You guys want to hear something? You know that, like, the chief thing you see now, the chieftaincy, that was brought there by the white people, colonial times. They
Exactly.
abolished the
Afrodamus,
chiefs. They abolished the king, and
Afrodamus, you've been
yeah,
stealing my knowledge. I said that. There was no chieftaincy shit like that till
nah,
the Europeans showed up. There was
right,
none of that shit.
right.
Europeans put these in power to facilitate the slave trade and all that shit like that.
Well,
Only
to
people
be
there was no
able
chieftaincy.
to diminish the central king's power.
And yeah, the oils, the Macy's, and these powerful states, but were diminished by these chieftaincies, these thugs, these warlords, the one that still exists to this day. All these look, man. So the bottom line, you got a lot of ignorant Black people in America because all you have to do is put a dashiki and a robe on, and you got them. They're African now. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
So Carla, are you disappointed that the FBAs were
Well,
excited
I
about
one I am not
Black Scotsman?
one I'm not FBA. There's no such
Okay,
thing.
so, let's say some of the blacks here were excited
Well, like I
that they
said,
might.
hold on. When you talk about this, let me tell you something. There's only TikTok Negroes, right? There's no FBA. Yeah, these are people on TikTok. They believe that Aboriginal something. They believe that any Aboriginal for anything but in
But
Black Africa,
Africa,
right?
yeah.
They'll say they're North African. They'll say they're European. They'll say they're from fucking Australia. They'll say they're from Central America, South America, whatnot. But when you point to where they really belong, that's beneath that damn desert called underneath the Sahara, right? Where
Sub-Saharan
where our
Africa.
sub-Saharan Africa, that's where African Americans come from. Period. End of story. Matter of fact, African Americans are probably more African than most Africans in West Africa because we
How
come from.
how can
God,
hold on, Kala,
Kala, man.
hold on, Kala,
Yeah,
Kala,
I'm dead serious.
Kala, hold on,
Black
Kala,
people don't
Tell
Kala.
him,
understand.
Carlos. Tell him,
Wait,
Carlos.
hold on,
Tell him.
Kala. I've heard even some Jamaicans. They're like, "Oh, we can be more. We're more African than the African." But how can you be more African than the African himself or herself? Because
Tell him,
if you're
Carlos.
saying, hold
What
on,
I'm saying,
if you're saying I'm more African than the African, it
no.
means
When I
you
hold
are
on, let me
trying
put
to
it.
be like the
Let me put it to
African.
you. Hold on, let me put it to you like this. All right, when I'm in Liberia, right, I noticed something, right. A lot of what people don't understand, more Liberians look more racially ambiguous than the average African American. A lot of Liberians have Sudanese blood.
No. Kala,
You know,
that's
look,
your
I'm in
people, but
Liberia,
that's your
and I
people
swear to
that
God, they're
came
more
there.
racially ambiguous than most African Americans. You know?
You mean the African American ones, the American Liberian ones,
Well, the American Liberians, you could
and
tell
those
American.
people are
But
mixed with the indigenous too.
Most Liberians, for the most part, unless you go to say carry American Liberian genes, you know, and so they look American Liberian and whatnot. This that, and the other thing. So this idea. So when you go,
Most Liberians I've seen, they look very very West African to me.
well, that's if you go to the
Majority.
interior. You go to the interior. You go to Grand Jita, anywhere outside of the coastal Monroe, anywhere on the coastline, right? Monrovia, Buchanan, and whatnot. You see the difference. You know, you can visibly see the difference, and also the culture, right?
Yeah,
Africans.
so you're talking about the ones that look like those are like the descendants of the black colonizers, right?
Yeah, the settings of the black colonies look different than the
Yeah.
indigenous, somewhat, you know.
Okay.
And so what I'm saying is, there's a lot of African Americans. If they went to Liberia, they would look like one of the native people. They don't like when I say that shit. I said, you look like a market lady, you know. I told it to Four Righteous, you know. I said, you look like a market lady in Liberia. You don't even look like one of the Congo ladies, American Liberians. And I ain't no native. Like, yeah, if you went to Liberia, you would probably fit better in with the native population.
So
You know?
Carla, like Ola was saying, are you like jealous of the um the Kubala king?
Well, it's like this. It's like this. My whole thing is this. If you're trying to grift, and I'm not a grifter, right? You can anybody show me in all the years I've been doing this on Blog Talk Radio, I had a big platform, everything. Have I ever taken a dime from anybody? Have I ever asked for a dime from anybody? I do this because I believe in what I'm doing. I don't need this to make fucking money. I have a business. I don't need this to grift off of black people. And I really mean what I say. When I talk about an Afghanistan, and more people contact me saying, you know, Colin, man, I don't know what the hell, but something you're saying is resonating. A lot more, and I'm looking for black middle America. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for these FBA garbage underclass black people. That's what the FBA are. The FBA people are ghetto people who are uneducated, ignorant. That's why they love America so much. They don't think we're capable of building a nation, you know? And me, as studying my history, I know Black America. I know we have everything it takes. We have every reason to be a nation. We have a
I
culture.
think Carla,
We have a
Carla, I
history. We
think
have all this
Kedo,
stuff. Everything it takes to be a nation.
I think Kedo wanted to respond to you about something. Kedo, did you come here for Carla?
I never really came to like a fight and stuff like that. I respect him. He's my fellow Liberian elder, right? So yeah, so I respect you, Mr. Kala. But I want to hear what you were talking. You say I
Are you
said
the one that was on it? Are you the one in the group chat? Are you the one in the group chat?
No, that's not him.
no, no, no.
That's
That's
not
not
him.
me, sir.
He's not there.
But Yeah, that's not me.
Get on
But I
mute
want.
because you're echoing.
They're going now.
Okay, go ahead.
Way better. Way better now.
Okay, yeah. So he was saying that I just want to make a correction. So the black colonists that America sent to Liberia and the
Colonists,
indigenous
bro. They
that
were not
they
colonists.
don't they look alike. There's no difference. In fact, even if you go to the interior part of Liberia, you as the only difference you see is maybe because they are peasants. They are, because there are some peasants that are there, like some people who are not civilized, but the civilized
Well,
ones are living in the interior
look,
part of
I'm saying
Liberia.
that's not a. What I'm saying is there's a lot of indigenous people who could pass for American Liberian. I'm not saying that.
No,
But what I'm saying is black people in America have this idea that all indigenous people look like Akon or Michael Blackson and all American Liberians. Like, no, that's not the case. You got American Liberians that are very dark skinned and Aboriginal, and you got indigenous people that are light skinned. I've seen that too. So it's not the divide. I get that. My point I was trying to make was that when we talk about Liberia, right, when you say colonists, right, Liberia is 16 tribes. I recognize
Yeah,
the
but Kyle, a
16
majority
tribes of
of
the
them
whole.
are Michael Blackson and Akon. That's majority in Africa, West Africa. That's how the majority are.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm saying is this though. So when you go to Liberia, there's people who look like that, and there's people who don't look like that. You can't tell. You
yeah,
cannot
yeah, yeah,
put a
yeah.
finger and say, bet your life on who's American
Yeah, but
Liberian
they
and
are the
not.
majority. They are the majority.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
no,
They're called aboriginals. Aboriginal people with black skin are called aboriginals. Aborigines. Now, check this out. Now, what I was saying about Liberia, right? I want to make this clear. Liberia is 16 tribes, right? The 16 tribes of the original tribes of the that's the tribal Liberia. Then there's another Liberia, which is the people who brought Liberian civilization. They came from America, the Caribbean, and the diaspora from the West. So Liberia is a Western country in Africa. That's what it is. It's a Western. They brought a Western
just
style democracy and government to
Liberia is an
Africa.
American colony. Liberia is an American colony.
No, it's
Just
not an
say as it
American
is.
colony. Hey, you hold up. Do
What
you
is the
understand what it?
definition
Hold
of
up. Do you understand
what is
a
the
colony is?
what is the
So
Liberia has
definition
Kala,
of
no
a
Kala,
colony?
relationship with America.
Kala,
A
Kala,
colony is an
Kala.
extension of a mother
But
country.
Kala, just call it. But Kala, it's a
Wait,
colony. If you're
wait,
saying
wait, wait.
It's
they
not.
brought
It's not. Hold
Liberia,
up. It's not.
Liberia is a
Look. Hold up. Hey, Africanus.
Western
All right.
country.
Hold up. It's not a colony because a colony would mean that you're under the same flag, monetary system, and
Look at the
government. Liberia
flag
was
of
never under American
Liberia.
government.
Man, look at the flag, man. Just like U.S.
Yeah, look,
flag.
Look at
first
the
of all, the
flag.
flag. First of all, the flag of Liberia
Um,
is actually as old as the United States flag. You know that? United
Oh
States
man,
Kala,
flag
man.
didn't become
Give me a
that
break,
didn't become the
Carla, man.
American
Give me
flag
a
until
break.
after the American
Afrodamus,
flag didn't become the official
Afrodamus,
flag
can you
until the
wait?
20th century.
I want to say something shortly, or Kala. Mr. Kala, what I want to say when I say that, I had a reason for saying that, right? I know Liberia declared her independence, and just like other
And you ought
African
to be
countries,
grateful. And you ought to be
I'm coming.
grateful.
No, give me a
Yo,
chance first. Give me a
why don't
chance.
you say thank you?
Give
Why
me
don't
a
you say thank
chance
you? Yo,
first. Give me a
hey,
chance
why
first.
don't you
Don't
say
you will
thank
not
you?
overtalk me, sir. You will not talk over me.
Say thank
You
you.
will not talk over me. Now, let me explain. In Africa, just how you see
Somebody's
the definition
crackling. Who's
is not me.
crackling?
It's not me. I think it's Kala.
No, it's not me.
No, Carla, mute, mute.
I'll mute
Just mute.
myself.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, hang on. That was him. So, you know what? That I was talking earlier today. I said that's why
So
many Africans get grumpy. Can wait. Just let me end my statement, Mr. Kala. So, I said the definition of a colony is when you leave settlers leaving another nation and carrying the language and culture of that nation to another place. Even if you go and name that place a different name, and
That's
you
not the
put a
definition of
flag
colony.
there that is and you put a flag there that is not of that other country flag, that doesn't mean it's not a colony.
Adam,
So even apart from Liberia, even other countries in Nigeria, in Africa are colony. Sierra Leone is a colony. The white people, they just did, that's what we call it, new colonization. The white people, they just did it that way because they wanted us to give us that pseudo or independence. But we are not independent. We are still colony. Nigeria is a colony. The Gambia is a colony. Algeria is a colony. Egypt is a colony. All these countries are still colonies. But our
Man,
leaders,
what the
who
hell are you
the
talking about, man?
give me a chance now. But you just wait, just wait. What I'm saying here is the
Carla, you
independence
gotta
that they
fix your
have.
audio. Hold on, Carla, are you
Yeah.
using an EBT mic? I mean,
No,
like,
no, no. It's not me. It's this guy. Hey, look, I muted myself, and it's still static.
yeah,
No,
man.
Carla,
I
is
mean,
it a fan or
man,
what? Do you think it's a fan?
that's like
Carla, just give me a chance. Let me
Yeah,
finish talking
Carla's
so you
driving.
can
Yeah,
talk. Yeah.
he's driving. He's probably driving. Yeah.
Zongo, I'm coming. Just give me a chance. Let me end so he can talk. I know he's ready want to talk. So I was having this conversation. This is not something I'm just talking here now. This is something I had a conversation with some class A intellectuals. And it's even a thing of common sense. And the Europeans use that on us. And when you see what they doing to us is indirect way of colonizing us. Those people that fought for independence, what they fought for was not true independence. It was not true freedom. It was false freedom. It was fake freedom. So the matter of fact, I will still speak the European man language on our land. Our official culture is still the European man official culture in Africa. It means we are still colonists. The only way you will stop being a colony for another man is when you stop speaking his language as an official language in your land,
The average
and
Liberian
your
speaks
official culture is stop being another man's official,
oh, this is
stop being that of
topic.
another man.
Hey, yo, you gotta give somebody
So
else a chance to
Liberia
talk.
is still a colony, Ghana
You
is
gotta
still
give
a
somebody
colony,
else a chance to
Nigeria is
talk.
still a colony, South Africa is still a colony. All the countries in Africa are still colonies except Ethiopia. We are all
Yo,
still
Jacob,
colonies. In fact, even
I can tell
Ethiopia
I
have
can tell
question mark
you have
because
third grade
even
education.
Ethiopia have
I can
question
tell you
mark. But
got
Carla,
third grade
you have
education
the habit of not
because
letting people
if
to
you look
talk.
at Hong Kong,
You
right?
you think when you
Hong
start
Kong
hold
and
on,
talk like
guys.
this,
One mic.
up
Hold
until
on, guys.
1997, anybody from Hong Kong could migrate to the UK. Anybody from Pakistan could, like, because they have a colonial relationship. That's why the Pakistanis are dominating the UK right now. You know, you won't see
uh,
Liberians can freely come to the United States. Those Ghanaians and all those people, stop the nonsense when they come on colony. If you was a colony, you can go to your mother country back and forth. That's
Right.
a colony.
and first of all,
You know how hard it is for Liberians
and
to get to
Afrodamus,
America?
Afrodamus,
Yes.
Afrodamus, and since Liberia is a colony, that will also make we who are on the land,
Yeah,
like for
okay,
me.
all right, yeah,
And
okay. So the
when you
average
check the
Liberian can
history
just
of
go down to
Liberia,
the embassy
Liberia
and
was
get
named by a
papers to come
white
to the
man.
United States, right? So any
Are
Guys,
Liberian,
you? Are you?
you know what? Hold on, guys. I'll have to do the Liberia show. I've got one loading actually. So
Yeah.
let's skip this one.
Kala, I'm coming. I know. But Kala want to keep trying to talk, but he's not.
Carla got an
It keeps obstructing me.
EBT network here. Hold on. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So I said that Liberia, when you look at it, since it is like that, then it means that we who are on the land, like for me now, I'm part of the indigenous in Liberia. I don't consider myself a Liberian. I have a Liberian citizenship, but I'm not Liberian. And secondly,
Wait.
the name Liberia, the name
What
I
do you
come in, the
consider
name
yourself?
I consider myself. I'm first of all, technically, I'm not Liberian. Technically, I'm not African because even Africa is a colonial name. The name Liberia was given by a white
Wait.
man.
So wait. So Kedo, I'm
Yes.
confused.
Let me.
So
Just give me a chance. I'm coming. I'm
so
coming.
we are not African. Then what are we?
Before then, before then, we used to call ourselves, like our people used to the name the people have for our people have for ourselves or what we call ourselves. We never had. We weren't calling ourselves what the Europeans are calling on our left. For example, the
Yeah,
Benin
but we
people
don't.
in
But
Nigeria.
how do you know that?
I'm coming. You are Soninke, right? Before then, the Soninke people were not calling themselves Gambians. And neither were they calling themselves Africans, but they were Soninkes. But
Yeah,
another man gave you a name. Another man gave you a name called
Were they? I think a lot of
Gambian.
a lot of the tribes
no,
were
but
named by Europeans, right? Zulu was named by the Europeans, and most of the
No,
tribes in
no, no.
Liberia, the American Liberians named most of the
no,
tribes. Like the
Carla
Bafano
Zulu was
tribe.
in Carla Zulu was in named by the white man
No,
Amanda
yeah,
Zulu.
that's what the
No,
problem. They just ran with it. They
no,
referred
So
to
no.
them as
what
Zulu,
is he saying here about American
and
not
so the
brand naming
Zulus
what?
just said, okay. That was their, like
Libra is
Coach
not
said, it wasn't
Libra is
really
not even
people
for the
who live
American
closer.
Liberians.
That's what they got to identify with on
Afrodamus,
paper, you know?
Afrodamus, Afrodamus.
Yes.
Liberia is not for the American
And just
Liberians.
like
Liberia was
Yorubas,
created
were
as
not, there was no such people as Yorubas. Or
Liberia was
Yoribe, whatever like that.
Liberia was
And the Westerners call it Yoruba,
Liberia
you know? And they
Liberia
became
is an
Yoruba, you know?
American experiment. Liberia was created by America to bring former slaves from America back to Africa
First of all,
because
that's
the white
not
people
true.
never wanted the
The
black
people that
people there
came
to
to
mix
Liberia
with their children.
were not slaves. The people that came to Liberia were not slaves. They were free blacks who just basically
I
didn't have
said they weren't
citizenship in
slaves.
America.
And I said they were
They were
former
not for,
slaves.
they were not
Former
former
slaves.
slaves. These people had lived in America for 200 years, and there was free blacks in America. People don't know that history. There was free blacks in America since the 1600s,
All right, free
and those
blacks, no problem.
communities were
Free
yeah, but
blacks,
they
free
weren't
blacks. You
slaves.
are right. Free
Liberia
blacks.
was created to protect.
But why are you getting emotional?
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we
All
can
right.
hear you.
So yeah, so but why is Carla getting emotional with this thing? This thing we are
All right.
learning about. We are learning this thing. And Carla, the last time I asked him about, I said, why can't you go and do like to do your DNA test to know what part of Africa you're from? He was talking he's a Modi man. As if there aren't additional people in
Man,
Liberia that are more civilized than him. There are
man,
additional people in Liberia that are more civilized than him. But he's there trying to act like he's too
Man, Kala is
civilized.
an Angolan man. He's from Angola.
But wait,
Yeah.
I want you to know that there are people. I
Muslim baby from
want listen,
Angola.
Afro Damas. I
So
want you
so
to know
you
that
know,
there are
Kato,
additional
don't
people
worry.
that are more
I'll
civilized
do
than
a
them.
show.
That are more civilized than a lot of them. If I'm not saying all of them, right? Because we are all people that we're all citizens of Liberia, right? But there are some of them that like have that pride. They like to carry themselves like they are too civil, and there are a lot of people that are more civilized than a lot of them. But a lot of them are just living fake life.
Okay. So, I mean, don't worry. We'll do the show about how Liberia was ruled by the Mortisas. Guys, let's do our closing statements.
I want to go now, man, because my room.
Thank you.
I'm sleeping. I'm trying to. I'm getting sleepy now. So.
All right. Thank
So
you, Kato.
yeah, cool. Call it a night. And I wish that those people form a law that will deal with those people that are going and stealing, trying to steal the people land.
All right.
Good
Thank you,
night.
Kato. Good night.
Man,
All right.
Kalo has just
Okay,
started
Go ahead,
his.
Ola.
okay, for that nice show, man. I really enjoyed. Have
Thank
a
you.
great time. Yeah.
You too. All right.
Yeah, let me go and let you rock out and close out with Zongo. But it was a good show. God bless, man, as always. And although I don't agree with what he did, I feel like there's something to learn from the level of media command that he had, and it should be looked into. But I think he is backwards what he was doing in terms of trying to steal land. But it's
You know,
backwards when they do it too. So,
Princip, I see that when Carla pulled up, man, you got quiet, man. What's up with that?
oh, nah, he was yelling, man. He's
Yeah,
calling it from
God.
Scotland, man. Kyle was calling it from Scotland. He's calling it from Kobula. So I let him speak.
And Princip, you missed last night's class. You're not getting any points for that.
Nah, I watched it this morning, man. I was watching it at work, man.
Yeah,
It was a good show. It was a good show.
you missed
It
out.
was a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But a good show as always, man. Don't go to school him, man. Close out the show, man.
Thank
Salute
you.
to you, Professor. I'm out.
All right.
Nah, man, we don't want to delve into some political stuff unless we're getting paid for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys,
I mean, Alfredamus, man, good show as usual. In fact, the early introduction of the show, man, I like the commentary is very funny, has a blend of wittiness, the presentation top notch, um, social commentary of social issues among black diasporans, beautiful, Yeah, we keep the show coming as usual. I know you've been busy lately, but hey,
most
everybody is gone, so you're the ones, keeping the black news update, keeping the black news alive, keeping the black diasporans fed with black news, so we like it, we love it, and
thank you.
the wittiness to kind of make the show very lively as well. So just keep up with your good stuff, great show, nothing else to commentate.
Thank you, Zongo. Enjoy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Zongo that's bringing us to the end of the show. And, as you guys know, over here, the show, generally we would hit on the topics, but as you can see, we tend to also delve into, some topics that are really not, part of it. So usually that would give me an idea to segue into what the next show would be. It looks like the Liberia conversation is needed again. I mean, because you guys notice the blacks are denying that they were colonizers, but at the same time they said they brought Western civilization to Liberia. Isn't that what the British brought to West Africa, East Africa, and other places? But we call the British colonizers. But when the blacks did it, they're like, "No, we ain't colonizers. We just brought the civilization." But that's that would be on the next topic. And it's not about picking on anyone. As you guys know, I don't do that over here. It's about edutainment. So I look forward to that show. And I look forward to seeing all of you here for that as well. But I don't know about you, but I really did enjoy, the king of, Kubal. He's a brave man for pulling that stunt off. It's entertainment. He is an entertainer. You gotta give that to him. So, but he's also a grifter at the same time. I will leave you guys with that. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.
Lend thy ears to the freedomers. Pay attention to Lend thy ears to the freedomers. Pay attention to the freedomers. The true Saninke warrior. Naturalist his intelligence. As a true professor. Solution to brainwash diseases. Sit back, relax, and hear the wisdom. Afridamas will heal your minds. Sit back, reflect, you'll find no objection. Afridamas will clear your doubts here. Always log on to the Afridamas. Lend thy ears to the Afridamas. Is the truth and know that.